Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Good evening, everybody. How's it going here on the streets of the YouTube? Oh, is this adult night? Well, Molly's lurking around in there. She's liable to pop in here, but we are. Let's just hang out and chat a little bit, talk about some things. I do have a couple of updates on some things we went over, some true crime stuff. Mama C's going to bring my plate in here, and when she does, I'm going to put up my avatar because, you know, I don't like eating in front of the camera. I see there's a bunch of people already here. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Roll Tide. And I'm going to switch it out about halfway through here. Go Big Blue. Both my teams won today. Big Alabama fan. But I'm a Kentucky boy. Kentucky's my home team. Loyalty through it all. And it's been painful sometimes. Last year was the best season I can ever remember as a Wildcat fan. Football. This year, high expectations, you know. And even with high expectations, we're talking about.
See if that's eatable. Like, I can't get it to.
Okay.
I can't get it to heat up.
Heat up. Well, it's the plates.
Complicated. Okay.
The plates are hot. I can't hardly touch it.
Listen, the boys are cooking. It's complicated.
The boy, Hunter cooked this?
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, did they pull ahead and take it, Kemper? I didn't see the final score. I saw they were up, I think 21-10 last I saw, something like that. That's how you are with Cleveland, yeah. I mean, I love my Wildcats, but you know, I love the Tide too. My dad's family, my dad, Alabama, you know. So and then this banner I've got scrolled across the bottom. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I just feel like this is the best thing. There's so many people in need, and a lot of people just throw their Cash App up, and 21-10. Hey, that's a good win over, like, that's, you know, 21-10 the final. That's like Notre Dame's got high expectations too, so that's a big win for Ohio State. I hate them. but that's a big win for Ohio State. Stan, I just left one of the Alabama players' house. My husband's cousin played for Alabama last year. Matt Womack. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. My brother was an Alabama high school football coach, and I would say legendary. The field's named after him. I got plenty. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Love you.
You might not see me for a little bit. I'm gonna have to go sit down for a while.
Okay.
If you need anything, just holler at Hunter, Sarah, Hunter, Molly.
All right.
You're not going with me. You're a troublemaker.
Georgia is bad to the bone. I saw Florida pulled off an upset. Their new coach. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Lady. This banner, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, and I'm not going to leave it up all the time. I'm going to put it up periodically. And I'm not going to turn everybody away either. I know there's people in need, and we do things for people in need, and we're getting ready to do even more. We've got ideas on the table that we're talking about, and that we're going to help people, without just everybody putting their Cash App up. Because honestly, who knows? Like somebody puts their Cash App up. Let's say they get $100 in Cash Apps. They could use that money for anything. But if you raise $100 for that person and then pay their light bill or part of it, pay their water bill, that kind of thing, I think would be much better. What's that, babe?
It's eggs and taste of it. Your son made them, and they are amazing. Taste of them.
I will in a minute.
Please hurry. I don't know whether you like them. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, good.
They are, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
That boy can cook.
Yeah, he's just like your daddy.
Yeah, he's going to go to school to be a chef too, though.
Good.
We're going to have 2 chefs in this family.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jamie. How are you, buddy? Yeah, what I was saying, though, the Cash App, people can do and like if I say person A, let's hit your Cash App up and give you this or whatnot. And then person B comes in and says, hey, can I throw my Cash App up? And then I got people emailing me, and I know there's legit people who really, really need help for things. And it's just been heavy on my heart. A couple other creators I've talked to. Now, for creators like Jamie has issues with his heart right now. I know, learn to say no. And you see people that are creators on YouTube daily or on a regular basis, and you know what they need. Like you can tell if somebody's cracked out. You can tell if somebody's just a liar all the time, and somebody like a creator wants, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. But just with the program and the things that we plan on working on here. And we may get other creators involved if they want to, once we roll it out. But I just, I think, because here's the deal. What if we gave, everybody in the chat gave somebody $5, $10, and they had a couple $100, and you don't know this person, and they go out and they buy something off the street. What if it's laced with something that shouldn't, it's not what they think it is? How well are you going to sleep? I mean, it's going to come back and haunt you. It would haunt me. And that's, kind of the thing that we've talked about. And we're going to talk about more going forward. We're going to work on a program and get things going, get this thing going. Now I'm going to take it down for a while. My Cash Apple show. Like I said, though, I think creators, they, especially the ones who aren't monetized yet, or for whatever reason aren't monetized, if they're putting time into their channel, they're providing entertainment. YouTube is entertainment, right? So if you want to give a creator $5 on Cash App for watching them for a couple hours, then by all means, send them $5. Send them $20. Send them $100. It's your money. Do with it what you want. Right, Mystery Lady. That's one of the other issues. Like, there's a few people who have really been busted out here lately, and I don't need to say any names, but going chat to chat, saying they haven't eaten, they haven't, had any shelter, but these people are on YouTube. They've got Wi-Fi, they've got phones or tablets or whatever, that's the thing. But, hopefully we can still help people. Hey, if we put $100 in a account that's completely transparent, and subscriber A needs $100 worth of groceries, and go to Walmart.com, order those groceries, and have them sent right to their house. And there's no question where the money went. There's no, room margin for people to hate. So I just think, that's a good idea that we've kind of toyed around with talking. And hopefully we get to talk about it a little more in depth real soon and get something going on that. All right. Now, yeah, they do. They come in here. Yeah, faith over fear, you're right. Jimbo, these are all things I said on Ernie's panel recently with Glamorous Life. Yeah. Sarah, yeah, and Glamorous Life is one of the ladies who I've talked to a little bit about this kind of thing, and she's an amazing person. You are too, Sarah. She's very generous. You guys saw how much she gave to Ernie, not to Ernie, but to save Ernie off the Turtle Island. Like, she's got a heart the size of Texas. A lot of you ladies do. A lot of you men do. I think Ernie's got a heart the size of Texas. If Ernie had $10 million, I guarantee you he'd spend a big bunch of it helping people. Yeah. And that's not what YouTube's for. You know, she scammed the community for over 10K. Oh my God. Who scammed the community for over 10K? Officer Squarehead? I sound like I'm talking to a cop. Officer Squarehead? Who scammed the community? Tennessee girl, can you see country girl? Glamorous life scammed the community for over 10,000. I don't recall her ever asking for anybody for anything. Not that I saw. I've seen her give a bunch of money. Yeah, I'm not sure you're talking about the right person. I mean, I've never seen her do anything except give to people. And very graciously. Yeah, I just don't know about all that. You got to be talking about the wrong person. Like I don't, no way. If you say over 10K, you'll have to show me some receipts. Yeah, if you got receipts on that, you show them to somebody. That was somebody else did that. Yeah, so that's what I thought. You got to be talking. You got to be mistaking them for somebody else. All right, but anyway, that's the thing that we're talking about doing, and she is one of the ones that's talked about it. Let me give you an update on. Y'all remember I went over the boy from Washington, the football player who didn't make it to football practice and was missing. I scheduled the live stream, and then he was found before the live stream. All right, let me while I talk about this, I'm going to eat a little bit, so let me stop camera here. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. His name was Gabriel Davies from Washington. Football player, high school kid, went missing, and there was suspicious circumstances, a little blood, and then they found him, and there was nothing said where, what, how, when. Well, you ready for a twist? Let me throw you a little twist right here. The Thurston County teenager who went missing earlier this week was one of 2 suspects connected to the homicide of a 51-year-old man in Orting. Investigators identified one of the suspects at 16-year-old Gabriel Davies, the teen who disappeared under mysterious circumstances and was found safe after an extensive search in Thurston County. Davies went missing around 4 p.m. Wednesday when he left his home in Olympia to attend football practice and never showed up. He was located and returned to his family on Thursday. However, the Thurston County Sheriff's Office did not give any additional comments regarding the incident. The teen is facing potential charges of murder in the 2nd degree, burglary, and unlawful possession of a firearm. How about that? We prayed for the kid, and hope he's okay. And I still hope he's okay. But goodness gracious. Y'all be ready to whack a troll. That's that was a real shocker for me. All right. Now, have any of you been following the Liza Fletcher case? The school teacher from Memphis, Tennessee, or that area? Yes, he definitely still needs prayers. So this school teacher was on an early morning jog and abducted. It was caught on camera. Well, it turns out all right, my screen went blank. My browser shut down, so I had to come back in. Sorry. All right. So can you guys hear me now? Yep. I said it turns out. So you can hear me? Okay. So turns out she is connected family with a federal judge and a city judge or city official. I lost my link that I was going to read it from, but I remember most of it. She is or they found the vehicle that she was abducted. They found a man in it. He has been placed under arrest. They don't know if there are any charges coming. I'm sure there are. But yeah, there's then you're gonna follow this one closely. It's gonna get wild, I'm sure. Please pray for this school teacher, Liza Fletcher. Pray that she's returned safe. There's a huge reward. Her family is worth billions. It's probably money motivated. They're saying her husband may have, had the murder for hire thing is suspected too. So all kinds of twists and turns that could go on in this one. Hey, Arkansas. So and I'll show more. We may dedicate an entire live stream to this. Probably gonna take a Sunday off. Hunter's getting baptized tomorrow, and you know, so we'll probably take Sunday off, and on Monday we'll come back and really dig into this one. She looks like Kylie Rodney would at that age, yeah. All right. Take you guys. I'm gonna put myself off screen and eat a little more. So they got me started on this new diabetic shot, and I'm really rarely hungry, so I kind of have to make myself eat some. Hey, boss lady. What is it, Sarah? Let's see, not normal for him. I must have missed something. Don't know who you guys talking about. I'm going to food banks on Tuesday. That's good, Tennessee girl. That's good. So let's talk about how we spent our Saturday, besides watching football. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was so wore out. And the games were really not that close, all except for that Ohio State game. And but so I dozed off. Yeah, oh yeah, boss lady, you just came in. I just had talked about the update and that. I'm having breakfast for dinner. A little bit of breakfast rice, gravy and biscuits, and scrambled eggs, and a little bacon. Probably won't eat but a half of the gravy and biscuits. I'm going to eat all my bacon though. Yeah, we were talking about boss lady. I had the thing pulled up and my browser crashed. Who is the federal judge as pertaining to Liza Fletcher? Is that her grandfather? And who is the billionaire that's connected to her? They are currently in a dumpster. Allegedly found her clothes, but there's definitely something going on. Uh-oh. Lord, I pray she's okay. They found clothes that have canines out. Uh-oh. All right, my browser keeps going out. I'm going to restart my son's big computer here. And while I do that, I'm going to talk to you here on my laptop. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me now? I was just sent some info on Liza Fletcher. And hey, Jimmy, just sent some info on Eliza Fletcher. And so we're going to try to share it. No, I'm having issues for tonight. Maybe I need to shut this thing down more often. Ian Ripple, I guess as reporters, this has more of a command post staging area feel to me, but I could be wrong. Heavy rain just pushed into. Let me see it off. Okay, Liza Fletcher. Her grandfather was the federal judge. Looks like. Oh goodness. Her father's dad, is the federal judge who passed last year. Her mom's dad is a $3 billion business. Her aunt is a city attorney. Yeah, that's just screaming foul play, isn't it? Oh goodness. And Memphis is not a small town either. Try this again. I restarted this computer. Let's see. Probably gonna get some feedback. All right. Can you hear me now? I switched back to the big computer. Hey, Judo Tap Out. How are you, buddy? Google Memphis kidnappings. It happens so much. We're hearing about this because of connections. The abduction type thing like that? Wow. I believe so, Jimmy. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better, Judo Tap Out. There it went. A mom and a kid were kidnapped for $800 and released just the other day. What makes these people think they can get away with that too? Oh, let's just go kidnap somebody who's got a lot of money and, we'll demand some money, demand a ransom, and then we're going to get away with it. Wow. I'm getting some screenshots of these kidnapping suspects. Booked on 9/3. Wow. That was today when it was booked. It's unbelievable. People think they can get away with this stuff. Golly, I'm not taking my kids to Memphis. Or my wife. Did I go to the movies? Oh, Jimmy, you went to the movies? Yeah, that's what I was saying, boss lady. Looks like it might be a murder for hire with the husband involved, right? It's a scary place and a scary world that we live in, where people, for one, they think they can get away with this kind of thing, and so many lives are ended because of it. For two, there's so much desperation for making ends meet or having money for bad reasons, good reasons, all reasons. People are doing things that are unthinkable. I wonder if I can play this. Hang on.
The uncle of Liza Fletcher. On behalf of Liza's family, her husband Richie, her children, her mom Adele, her father Beasley, her brother Gil, and all the members of her family, we want to make a brief statement. We want to start by thanking everyone for their prayers and outpouring of support. Liza has touched the hearts of many people, and it shows. We want to thank the Memphis Police Department, Shelby County Sheriff Department, TBI, FBI, and all of the other law enforcement agencies who are working tirelessly to find Liza. The family has met with police, and we have shared with them all the information we know. More than anything, we want to see Liza returned home safely. The family has offered a reward for any information that leads to her safe return. We believe someone knows what happened and can help. If you have any information on this crime or Liza's location, call the police at 901-545-COPS or call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. Thank you.
There you have it. A statement from the family. It's heartbreaking. Completely heartbreaking. What do we do as a society to make it better? Boss Lee said, the thing for me is if it were a random abduction and they were worried for their citizens, they would be showing the video and warning the community. They know what happened, in my opinion. You have a point. You have a point. If it were somebody who wasn't the granddaughter of a former federal judge and a granddaughter of a man who owns a $3 million business and the niece of a lady who is a city attorney, you would probably see the video. You would probably know more about what's going on. Yeah, Alicia, they are working on it. Judo Tap Out said it won't be better until Christ returns. Till then it's going to get bad. Yeah, it's getting bad, and it's going to get worse. You're right. Boss Lady said, make sure you're packing heat when you're alone. That's just me, though. Hey, I'm packing heat when I'm with people. I've had a concealed carry license for, well, I think since 2016, 15 or 16. But I never felt the need to really carry anything with me until recently. You got these people making threats on people's lives. Same day warrants. Yep. You got people, they've already had a warrant and taken their car and computer. That's unheard of. Yeah. So many, I don't know, so many questions that seem to not get answered pre-crime. Yeah. I got a don't care, I'm gonna chair. I don't know what that means, Jimmy. Luna Wolf says, what I don't understand is they are very wealthy family and they only do a $50,000 reward. I don't think anyone will talk for that. Well, like Boss Lady said just the other day, they arrested somebody and found somebody that had an $800 reward. But you're right, that kind of family could probably offer more money. Another missing child in Memphis. Never heard of her. There's your link. If you guys want to check that out. Hey, Leslie B. But you got even just with YouTube, you got people. And I'm borrowing a YouTube term where you're going, real life on people for nothing. Boss Lady, no reward has been made. No reward. He made her withdraw 800 and dropped her off and child off. Oh, I should have opened that link. So $800 got her safe return, huh? Well, what it means is I don't have a license, but I'm still packing. Ah, okay. I got you, Jimmy. These missing cases of people, and I know a lot of times a lot of people, and they're very important, focus on child cases, like toddlers or young children. But then you got these adults. This lady was a healthy school teacher out for a jog at 4:30 in the morning. So her health meant something to her. Out for a jog and was abducted. You have to watch your surroundings. Have to be aware, and you think it can't happen to you until it does. That's with anything. Anything, that kind of thing can happen to anybody. Maybe more likely to happen to somebody who's from a wealthy family or, a small child or whatever. but it can happen to anybody for different reasons. You know, I've seen and heard of elderly people being abducted or robbed because people thought they had money. In some instances, they did have money. Maybe don't jog in the middle of the night. Well, I mean, if she's a school teacher, she probably going to school, you know, um, probably has to be there by 7. I know when I substitute, I have to be there by 7:15. I don't know how close she lives to the school she works at, but she's out for a jog at 4:30 a.m. You want to get that in before you start your day, while you still have that energy and desire. You're not tired after putting up with, 30 screaming kids in the classroom for 7 hours, 8 hours. So maybe, she could have come home and took a shower and, that puts you at, depending on how far she runs. She's a marathon runner, a 4 and 5-year-old. So she's running a marathon. She probably her morning jog is probably an hour or 2. No one thinks it'd be them till it is. Jimmy, don't matter if you're broke, buddy. People may think you have money, no matter what. It can happen to anybody. Her and her husband were in recovery. Allegedly, he relapsed, and they recently separated. Ooh, so many twists and turns. Some people kill just because they like to. That's a fact. That's a fact. Some people kill and then brag about it. Heinous, nasty, despicable crimes, and then brag about it like it was nothing. I've seen it personally. I've seen somebody do that. I've seen them go around and brag after committing such a heinous crime. We do need a better world to live in, Mr. Lady. The story is very fishy. Well, that's what I mean. When it's all figured out, it's probably going to be, oh, so that's what happened, type of thing. Of course, like anything, whatever happened, there will be, 100 different stories on theories of no, it was this guy and that guy and this girl and that guy, and they did this for that reason, they did that for this reason. It's just over and over different, and they try to distract from the truth so the police can't actually do anything. Do you know anything better than Wyndham Hotel? You mean Wyndham Hotel programs? Wyndham, it may not be spelled right. What do you mean, Jimmy? What do you mean by better than? What's the issue with Wyndham? What's going on? Oh, there's a picture of the Eliza and her husband or ex-husband on social media talking about um, being back together and going through counseling and things like that. E squared, I actually fell asleep again while typing at Sarah Smiles Yankee. That's why the random letters are at the end of the sentence. I do that too. I do that too. I was in there watching football and I was typing in the text in Brandon Bell's chat, and then like my thumb was stuck on the phone when I fell asleep, and there was all kinds of letters in there. The red thing was up. 200 characters is all you can use. Oh, here's a picture of the babies. Oh, it's heartbreaking. I mean, it's truly heartbreaking. I used to be in their program. There was a place going to give me 3 nights for the price of 2 nights. I tried to sign up and it said I've already been in that program. So I tried to find my old name and it said it didn't recognize me. Then I tried to start a new account and they said I have an account, but it won't let me go no further. Have you, um, there should be a place to where you can forgot your password and have your um, instructions emailed to you to reset your password. Try that, Jimmy. See if that helps. Sammy Johnson, we need to stay armored up in the armor of Jesus. Use the power of discernment, protect selves at all times. Times will get worse as the end of times. As we know, it will come to a close. Pray for the lost. I agree. Mr. Lady said, Jimmy, you need to find a long time solution. Yeah. Jimmy, I'm going to send you some emails. Let's talk back and forth. I don't know if you text or whatever, but we can email back and forth if you want. But I just, I'd like to I don't want to do it publicly because, I don't want you to put that info out there. But I like to just get an idea of what you're working with and, as far as financially and to see what kind of help, can be done. Um, I mean, you're tugging at the hearts of a lot of people. They care for you. So, um, we all want to help you. Um, so let's figure something out. Um, I'm like I said, I'm gonna email you some questions and, um, you know, just about, like I said, finances and um, programs, things like that. Um, you know, just if there's anything you don't want to answer, just say, hey, I don't want to answer that. But yeah, if you can, just be 100% transparent. That way, I can get as much help as I can help. And I'm not talking about a financial whirlwind. I'm talking about actually getting some program to help you with a place to stay. And like Mr. Lady said, um, I think it was Mr. Lady. Yeah, Mr. Lady. Short term is not the answer. Alicia, I might be making secret accounts to get away from my fans and paparazzi. It's crazy being this famous. I heard E Squared and Ernie were getting ready to reconnect. I mean, I don't know where I heard it at. Might have been Ernie Chat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Clip it. Clip it and run with it. Hey, cousin Alicia, were you over on Josh's show earlier? Alicia had an awesome live earlier. You guys need to, if you haven't, go check it out. Some stuff that'll blow your mind. Go check it out. Watch it. Be sure you like it. And subscribe to Alicia's channel if you haven't already. If somebody's got Alicia's link, please throw it in the chat. Boss Lady, Jimbo, you have to watch the AWP of Keely. Or is it Keely or Kylie? Yeah, I need to. Send me the link. Send me the link. Yeah, Chaotic. She did do a good job on that video. It was awesome. It was a great video. All right. Just got myself a link. I will check that out. It will make me sad. I'm sure it will. Gwen, I just watched Upchurch big reveal video. Well, y'all, I know it's not been a screaming match, and I'm okay with that. I hope you're okay with that. Just wanted to hang out a little bit here on Saturday night, cover these updates. Heard something. Sarah must be home from work. I want to cover these updates. I will talk to you about my thoughts about it, Boss Lady. We'll chat about it for sure. But it feels good not to yell and scream. Like I said last night, I can do it. I can do it with the best of them. It may not be the best, but I can hang right in there with the best. But I don't like that side of me. And we will, and I'm sure that there may be days in the future where I get fired up. But I want to do better. Alicia broke my heart with her live. Oh yeah, I saw you in there, Lane. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to check this video out here in just a few minutes. It was great seeing you too, Gwen. Thank you. Hey, Ocean. But yeah, Mama C wasn't feeling great. She started feeling a little under the weather right before I went live. Let's see. Do y'all know how bad I would love to be able to get up and walk around this room? All I can do is sit in one spot. About to be just done with it all. I'm just tired. Jimmy, you can't talk like that, buddy. Can't talk like that. You really can't. Because here's the thing now. I'm going to talk to you like a man. You're older than me, so listen up. You can't give up when the chips are down. I've seen it about as bad as I can have it. And what I'm talking about ain't even what's been going on recently. Like, I've had it bad, buddy. I've had it bad. But you can't talk like you just be done with it all. That don't sound good. And here's the thing, brother. When, and I'm not saying if, I'm saying when we find you these resources, you're going to have to use them. You're going to have to take these resources with, if you're talking like that, you're going to need to see somebody, a specialist, a therapist, because you need to get that stuff off your chest to somebody that can talk to you about it. And if everybody in here gave you money to go get a hotel room tonight, and what are you going to do tomorrow night or the next night? Like, we love you, Jimmy. Everybody, I have never heard anybody say one negative thing about Jimmy from the bio. Like I said, you're tugging at everybody's heartstrings. Everybody loves you, buddy. They do. And we, we want to help you. You just can't get everything overnight. It takes time, and it takes effort on your part too. You're going to have to, when these resources are sent to you, you have to use them. Sarah Smiles has 2 numbers above. Get those numbers, Jimmy. Get those numbers. This is not the way. This is not the way. You have my phone number. You can call me. We'll talk. Buddy, if you live close to here, you could come and stay here for a while. If you want me to drive to South Carolina and get you, you can come here and stay for a while. Just let me know. But you can't talk like you want to end it. That don't do nobody no good. And having a hotel room for 2 nights instead of 3, if that's the kind of thing that makes you want to end it all, then you definitely got to see somebody and talk to somebody. Okay? Jimbo, I'm doing my best. Went to all the places to get help. I'm trying. I got to Cash App, and I was told to go relax for a day, and that's all I was going to do. What do you mean I got the Cash App and was told to go relax for a day? I'm sure, and I can find you a room in Anderson where you can go relax. Let me see. You have a way to get there, right, Jimmy? Thelma's in there hollering at the dogs. So, South Carolina. Let's see, 1 adult.
I hate to interrupt my beautiful husband,
Beautiful. Woo.
but do we have this thing that fixes everything called duct tape?
I don't know where no duct tape is.
Okay, never mind then. We need duct tape. My ghost needs surgery.
The ghost.
Yeah, she's got a few holes in her. But I'm going to get 1 more year out of
I
it.
guess you feeling better, ain't you?
Me, no, I'm
Still feeling bad?
I'm not doing very good.
Okay. Hey, the lady in chat sent it to me, told me show her receipt to where I got a hotel room. Okay. So a lady in chat sent you the money to get a hotel room and go relax for the day. Did you do that? Here's you know where Red Roof Inn and Suites are, Jimmy? Red Roof Inn and Suites. You can get a room there. It's for $145 for 2 nights. No, I've been waiting on my Cash App card, and yes, they're double this weekend because of Memorial Day. I'm looking right at it right now. The room this for tonight, check out on Monday, is $145. Do you have that on your Cash App card? Do you have the Cash App app? You can go to the Cash App app, and down there on the bottom, no, you don't have the Cash App app? You do have the app on your phone, right? You have the Cash App app on your phone. You go down there on the bottom. On the left-hand corner shows your amount that you got on your app. The very next thing over to the right is a little square thing. Looks like a card. You click on that card, and it gives you your card number. He does have the app, just not the card. Okay. Well, click on that. Click on the app. Push the card, and it'll give you your card number. It's got a picture of your card there. It'll show you the card and the number, the expiration date, the 3 numbers on the back, everything. And you can use it on hotels.com, and you can go order this room. You got the card today. Well, you've got the card then. The boss, I don't know. He doesn't have a great living place. And somebody gave him some money to go to a hotel, get him a good hot shower, and just relax. You know, with a good comfortable bed and that kind of thing. So somebody gave him the money just for that. So I don't know what the holdup is then. You've got the card. So do you still have the money on it for the room? Jimmy, do you want to come up? You don't have to show your face if you, that way we don't have to talk back and forth through you chatting. And Jimmy, everybody here loves you, buddy. I don't have that money. Money on it was Cat who sent it. You spin it or okay. Welcome, Jimmy. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good. You look like a handsome feller, almost as good looking as me.
Thank you.
What's going on? Do you,
I can't think of her name. Is
well,
Cat?
you don't have to give her a name. That's all right. You don't have to give her a name.
She's in there all the time in your chat.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I think.
And she texted me the other day, telling me to, go get a room, and I tried to add a few bucks to it myself, off mine disability to get a room, but they're so high.
Is 145 for 2 nights? Is that too high?
I don't have it much.
You don't have that much?
I got like 89.
You got 89 on your Cash App card now?
Yeah. That's about what she sent me was 89. Well, I had a little bit, and she sent me something that bumped it up.
Okay. So we got, let's say we got 85. Hang on a second. The room is, let's say the room's 150. 150 minus 85. I divided it. So you need about $65, $70 more. And then you can get a room at the Red Roof Inn for 2 nights.
Yeah.
So if I can help you get that, I've got an account with hotels.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be able, like I can go in here. You should be able to get the same deal though. Let me look. I just had it pulled up. Here we go, hotels.com. Red Roof Inn and Suites. So it's a decent little place. And this is a special deal. They got 1 room left at this price. The normal price is just $72 a night. So, but $65 a night. It's $145 for 2 nights. Let me see. And choose room. Right. It's non-refundable. Let's see, you can pay at the property, and you've got the card, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to, if we can get you the money on there, is that okay? Is the Red Roof Inn okay? Can you get over there?
The one on North Main Street?
Hang on a second. I'll give you that. I'll tell you where the address is. Me finding stuff's the hard part on me. It's 5-minute walk from Anderson Mall.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can get there.
Yeah.
And now will that work?
Yeah. But
froze on me, Jimmy. Jimmy froze. Come on back, Jimmy, as soon as you get a chance. There we go. There we go. You there, buddy? Jimmy's having some issues with his. I will ask him. I don't. Sarah Smiles, I don't think he's.
You want to see an old picture of me? Huh?
Yeah. I've seen that one. That's the Girl Scout, Brownie Scout, ain't it? Girl Scouts. Look like Molly.
Looky there. You were.
Do you got it wrong?
No, I'm just trying to.
Just a second, guys.
These pictures trying to find duct tape. I'll be done in a minute.
All right, Jimmy, can you hear me now, buddy?
Hold on.
Golly, he took off. I think Jimmy's having some connection issues. Yeah, Jimmy, we got somebody willing to get the rest of it for you. No, and the reason E squared, the reason for the room for one night was for him to get a hot shower and relax. And so the money's already been sent for one night, but he can get 2 nights for, a relatively good price. I mean, $145. We just have to book it and, so I'll need Jimmy. What you'll need to do is call me. I've got somebody willing to pay the rest. Kemper's going to pay the rest, and you can go tonight, and you'll have 2 nights. You won't have to check out till the 5th, which is it Monday or Tuesday? Let's see, the 5th is on Monday. So you'll have tonight, tomorrow night, you check out on Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Hey. So Kemper is going to send you the rest. What you'll need to do is I got this on my app. I can go ahead and reserve it, and I'll put your card information on it. You can email me if you want, or you can call me, and I'll just type it in as we're going. And that way, when you get to the room, they will take your card, because I'll put the room in your name. You'll have in your card and your number, and they will run it, and then that'll be it. You'll be good to go. And but if you don't show up, They're going to run it anyway.
I don't understand. I mean,
What don't you understand about it?
I get up there and the full amount's not on the card. What they gonna say?
The full amount's going to be on the card.
How? I mean, I'm just wondering.
Matt Kemper's going to send it.
Oh,
You said you've got $89. He's going to send you the rest.
yeah.
The
Okay.
full
But I
amount will
just
be on
wanted
the
to tell
card.
everybody, I read the chat, and my money for the month, um,
Jimmy's having so many issues with his Wi-Fi, I think. I can try to book it for tomorrow, Alicia. Let me check. I'll change the dates and see if we give me the same deal. Hey, Sarah.
Back from a 9-hour shift. Let me just tell you,
9
my
hour
feet are
shift.
killing me.
Her dogs are barking.
I gotta work tomorrow.
Your feet stink. Is that your feet?
Yeah.
No, it ain't. What was you? We lost Jimmy. Here he's back. He's back.
hey,
There, Jimmy.
yeah.
What was you saying, buddy?
Well, I was talking about tomorrow, because the one day's already gone. They'll charge you for this.
Yeah, you're gonna get
Yeah.
charged for it. Let me see if I can. Let me see if they'll give you the same deal for tomorrow and the next day.
But what I was saying to the chat was I get paid normally around anywhere from 27 to 28 on my card, my chime card, and by the first and third, my bills, everything that I owe has done been paid, and then I'm broke again.
What kind of bills you got that are?
I had doctor bills, um, medicine bills, rent, and between all that, I'm wiped out. I mean, I don't give it thousands a month. Hey,
What they're concerned about is that if the situation's not getting any better.
I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm not taking money and smoking crack with it or nothing like that. You can clearly say that.
I don't see anybody saying nothing about crack, but
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, like, what people are concerned about is if the situation isn't getting better.
Well, that's what I explained to back. It seems like I can't never, between my bills, have enough money to put back to when I do find an apartment at low income or something, to have the water turn on and the power turn on, and then give them the first and last month rent on a $600-700 apartment. That's if I get a $600 apartment, the first and last month rent, that's $1,200.
Right, but
That's already $200 over what I make.
What are you paying rent now?
I pay $440 a month here. I give the people where I live, and
if you got an apartment for $600 a month, that's going to be more than what you have.
Yeah, but apartments. I'm thinking about the lights to be furnished and all that.
Your lights aren't furnished, and you live in that one room.
I'm telling these people, you just don't know. The hell I go through.
How much do they charge you for electric?
They come up with, oh, you use this much, you use that much, and then I gotta pay car insurance out of my truck, and it's just whatever they come up with. I don't ever see no bill, and if I dispute it, I ain't gotta hit the road. That's the way they are. I mean, you dispute anything, you gone. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I found another room. Like you said, you're going to be there on Labor Day if on the September the 5th. So the cheapest one I've got now is $80 a night, which would be, the total after taxes is $178.
Mm.
Now, Kemper did tell me he would give you up to 100, and I'll throw what I can too. With that money, you'd still have enough for 2 nights. But here's what people are concerned about, and nobody's listen, Jimmy. Everybody loves you. There's nobody trying to, you know, everybody here is for you.
Yeah.
But what they're concerned about is what about after these 2 nights?
I'll be back in this hole.
Be back in that hole, and then you're going to be needing more. If like this, that you're talking about $180, you could take that kind of money. Why don't you let us raise some money for you and set it aside instead of just sending you cash apps? Let us raise this money for you, and you find that apartment you want, find out what the rent and deposit is, and let us know, and we'll raise that much money, and then you can move.
Okay. I got there's a place a couple miles from here. They both do monthly, everything furnished, and I could go check them out in the morning after church.
Yeah. Well, check with them, find out what it is. But some people are asking, is there possibility for you getting on the government housing?
It's possible, but it's a long waiting list. I mean, I'm already on it.
You're on the waiting list?
Yeah, I've been on that for the longest. I've tried to use my disability to, my heart and lung issues to get bumped up on the list, and that don't happen. The way it is here, they changed managements, and then management's got their cousins and 4 other cousins, and they put them in it, and then you get bumped back down the line. And like I said, I went to one housing authority and everything, was trying to talk to the woman, and she wouldn't even open the door. She was talking through a window, pretty much like she was about to call law on me because I was asking her about, apartments and stuff they're supposed to have available. Uh, if you don't have COVID, you're not infected. There's nothing we can do for you. I done told you. Yeah.
Well, I know how people can be for sure. What about the shower issue? People are asking, do you have a shower there where you're at?
No, they're to the Y.
Okay.
I got a membership at the Y, and I go to the Y every day, and it costs me because it costs me like $12 a day to go there. I go and do little water things with my legs and stuff, and then I'll take me a shower and whatnot.
That's where you take a shower at, is the Y?
Yeah.
You live in a residence and they won't let you use the bathroom there?
I ain't been in that house in a year.
And they charge you $440 a month?
Yes. Yeah.
Jimmy, that needs to be reported. That's
Where
illegal.
would I go? My real family don't care about me. My real family, every one of them's got extra rooms and stuff, but neither one of them let me stay there.
You have to be in South Carolina?
I used to be a bad person, right? I mean, I wasn't really bad. I was addicted to pain pills, right?
Uh-huh.
And everybody hated me. Thought I was a thief because I took a lot of pain pills. I mean, and I've been off them things for almost 6 years now, and it's like people, they're glad that you did it, but they don't forget about your past. They still looking at everything, accusing, and it gets old. And I mean, I get so frustrated, man. I get in my truck and go to the lake and just melt down, you know.
I feel you. Kemper sent me the $100 for the room, but you got to rent the room.
Yeah.
However you want to handle that. Um, like I said, if you don't take the money and use it for a room, um, and even then, I think it's a short term fix.
Yeah.
And then come Wednesday or Thursday, you're gonna be right in the same boat. You're gonna be like, you already said it, back in your hole.
Well, how about can you hold on to what Kemper got and let me see about these places tomorrow?
Yeah, I send it back to Kemper and let him hold on to it. And
Yeah.
but yeah,
And
he
tell him
did
that's the
send it.
thing.
I mean, he's sent it. He's a genuine person. He wants to help you. He's gonna help you.
And
Uh,
I'm not. I wouldn't. I didn't even know that she was going. I got it. When I got a text, start you a cash app. I was like, and I did it for her, And then next thing you know, she sends me a cash app and it said, this is for you to get a room. And the only thing that she asked was for me to have a receipt showing that I did get a room.
well, you can
Or
understand that though, can't you?
yeah, but I don't know. That's the reason I was gonna go is because I didn't want her mad at me.
Well, what do you mean? She won't be mad at you as long as you send her the receipt.
But we're talking about using the money for a place. That's what I'm saying. You see?
You mean a place to move to?
Yeah,
Are you gonna be able to hold on to that money and not spend it?
yeah.
Okay. Um,
I mean,
you find a
I just
place.
can't.
If you find a place that you can move to, and we will get together and we will raise you some money. Um, and you're gonna have to participate and help. Like you won't be able to move until next month or month anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But when instead of taking that $440 and handing it over to them, you put that
right,
towards your new house or new apartment or
right,
whatever. Hello, Stormy.
right.
No,
Stormy
this is
said,
not Stormy.
huh? No, Stormy's in the chat just now.
Oh, okay. I was confused. Hey, Jimmy, this is E squared. I just had a couple things. Well, my number one thing you already said yourself. I was gonna say, to put that money, that Kemper sent until you found out about that apartment, but you had already said that yourself. So that's one thing that I was gonna suggest. And then I was also gonna suggest, you know, I know it's hard, but if you could tough it out and wash with a rag, or we've all been in these spots where we've had to do things like that, and it would be worth it in the end, that, any little bit that people want to help, we want to help you long term. It's not that we don't want to help, but we want to help you long term and be able to get you somewhere, safe and clean, and, something that's going to be there more than 1 or 2 nights. I just wanted to share with you a little bit about a cycle that I got myself into a couple years back, just to kind of let you know that there's people out here that relate to you. And I've never told anybody in YouTube this, but I'm willing to share it just so you know that you're not alone, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A few years back, when my husband and I first got together, we were having hard times. We were staying in our vehicle. We were blessed enough to have a vehicle. We were parking lot hopping, from one parking lot to another to sleep at night, trying not to have people call the police on us and things like that. You know, and then we found this hotel in the town over from where I live now. And I don't even know if I'd call it a hotel. It was probably one of the scummiest places in the whole town. But what they would do is they would let you, you know, pay by the week, pay by the month. You know, it was one of
Yeah,
them
there's a
type of.
few places do that here.
Go ahead.
I said there's a few places that does that here.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably
The
places.
state laws, the Sodemo laws,
Yeah, there's
county
probably
care.
places in every town like that. You know that. So we got us up enough money, you know, to be able to get in for the week. You know, we started out with 1 week, you know, and then we've our vehicle went out on us, so he did get a job, you know, and we were able to pay for a full month. He was taken. We have a service here called RTEC, which is like a transit bus, you know, that'll come and get you. And back then they would take you to work, not just medical appointments, but they would take you to work too. So he was going back and forth to work, riding the architect bus, but we got stuck because this hotel was $700 a month for one little hotel room, but that included everything, you know, the light bill, the internet, the, you know, everything. But it, you know, $700 a month for one little tiny room that don't even have, you know, anywhere to cook, anywhere to do anything, you know, but we were thankful just to even have a roof, you know, coming from living in a car, you know. So, but what my point here is, we got stuck in that vicious cycle that $700 a month was so much that we couldn't put any back. Like you were saying, you know, we were paying so much for this little room that there was no way that we could put any back, you know. So I just want you to know that I know it seems like you're the only, you know, that sometimes you feel alone, you like you're the only one that's gone through these kind of things and stuff. And I just wanted to let you know that I've been there too. And I understand how hard it is and how, you know, when you get stuck in that cycle and you're paying so much for this little crappy place that you were blessed to find, you know, you're thankful at the time because it's a roof over your head, but you're paying so much for it, you can't put nothing back to try to get something better, you know. So I've been there. But what we ended up doing to kind of get out of it is I was thankful enough to, you know, we got some income tax back. We stayed at that hotel for 2 years like that, Jimmy. 2 years we stayed in that same hotel room. 2 years. Um, and then finally, where he had been working, we were able to get some income tax back and get a real apartment, you know. So what I would suggest doing, and you know, this is your life. This, you know, it's completely up to you, but just coming from somewhere that somebody that's been there, what I would do, you know, you've toughed it out this long. What I would do is I would just try my best to tough it out, and any little bit of help that you can get, whether it's somebody sending you $5 or whether it's somebody sending you $10, anything that comes in on that PayPal or that Cash App, that's extra. You know, I would consider that extra money, and I would tuck it away, and I would just keep tucking it away, and continue, no matter how tempting it is to dip into it, you know, I would just continue toughing it out until you get enough tucked away, excuse me, to use it, you know, to get in somewhere better. Because that's what I had to do. And we finally got out of there. It took us 2 years, but we finally got out of there. You know, I kept a box well, other than the income tax, I kept a box, and whether it was $5, he got paid every 2 weeks, whether it was $5 or $10, I tried to sneak away just a little bit out of every check, and put in that box, because I wanted nothing more in life than to get out of that hotel room. It was horrible. But that's my suggestion to you. Like I said, it's your life, whatever works best for you. Everybody's situation is different, but I was just going to share with you what I did and how I made it out. And I just want to let you know that I am praying for you, and you can make it out too. you know Everybody, well, I'm not even going to say everybody, not everybody has hard times in life. And when people say that, I know they say it to try to make you feel better, but the honest to God truth is, not everybody has hard times. And most people do, and the ones that do know how it feels, and they know little tips and tricks and things like that. So I just wanted to kind of share with you a piece of my story and a piece of my
Okay.
life that I've never shared with anybody, not even Jimbo. I've never told anybody from YouTube that part of my life. It's not something that I'm proud of, but I'm proud that I made it out of it.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I just wanted to let you know that you can get out too.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
That's no problem at all. But that's
Yes.
what as tempting as it is to get into a nice clean set of sheets and take a nice hot shower tonight or
Yeah.
tomorrow night. I understand how tempting that is, but wouldn't it be better to have that every single night? You know what I mean? So that
It's good.
that
Just,
that would be
I
that would be my
understand.
suggestion, is just to put back, anything that anybody's willing to send or willing to help, like I said, even if it's just $5, as tempting as it is to run out and get that hotel room, I would just tuck it away for now, check into them places, that you were talking about. And honestly, it sounds like, I don't know how much those places are in your town, but honestly, one of them little hotel rooms sounds like a step up from what you've got now, even if
It,
it is a
it is.
crappy hotel. Even,
It is. I mean,
yeah,
if this one place I used to stay at, I mean, the Southern Mother Lodge. I mean, you got a queen size bed, TV, shower,
mm-hmm.
walk-in shower, and a little kitchen table and a little refrigerator.
Oh,
That
right,
would be like me moving into a triple wide. You know what I mean?
right, right. So, in them
And
places,
it'd be so luxurious. I wouldn't know what to think.
right, in those places I know here, you don't have no like deposit and stuff like an apartment.
No,
So
no, you just
maybe
pay that first month.
you just pay the first month or the first week or however they do
Yeah, yeah,
it.
the
So
taxes,
so
everything.
that may be an option, and then do like I did, once you get to that step, then work on getting to the apartment step.
Exactly.
If
If I
if
wanted to.
right, right.
Because I liked it. I did. I loved it at the Southern
And
Mother
you
Lodge
got people around to talk to,
all the
sit out
time.
on the side, sit outside your door and
They could
talk to
cheer out
people.
there and chat
So
away.
So that may be an option, if you've got those types of motels there in your area, and
Yeah.
then you don't have to worry
We got
about
the
no.
place called Stay Lodge. I don't know how much it is a month. But I know
What?
I think it's like 150 a week or 175 a week,
Right,
like that. But I don't know how
right,
much it is a month.
right. And usually, if you'll pay by the month, well, I know I'm going by my situation, the places around where we live. If you pay by the month, it usually is cheaper than paying
Yeah,
by the week,
There are people
it
saying you can
is.
get a housing voucher too, based on your income.
So
Yeah.
what?
Housing voucher based on your income.
War.
I don't know how that works.
Very
Do you
well.
know how that works,
Yeah,
Sarah?
because I've
Where he
sort of
would
been
go?
looking for them. I've seen them on the internet vouchers. You click on them, you get all these commercials and everything,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
and
we'll.
they don't go to the point. It makes you so mad.
no, those are places trying to get your information. You
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
fill that kind of stuff out.
I,
But
Hello,
I,
Glamorous
I
Life.
mean, I sit here that my role every day is to go through my day when I'm getting up. Is calling the people that I've got my name's down with to see if my name's been moved up. I actually sat down
right.
on a list one time with this guy for 2 years. Then he finally said, I called him. He said, I don't even know who you are.
Hmm.
Jimmy,
See,
And
I think
every month he tell me he's moving me up. And then after 2 years later, I don't know you.
Jimmy
I
Glamour.
think guys I think guys right now for to get him out of where he's at. I think now that we've kind of talked through it and things like that, right now, guys, I think his best option is to do the place that we're discussing where you can pay weekly or monthly, and that way he doesn't have to have a deposit. He doesn't, he doesn't have to be on any type of waiting list. It's,
No, we can't
nothing
afford
like that.
that.
If it's
Jimmy,
affordable and he's able to do it, I believe right now to get him out immediately, I believe that's going to be his best option. So what
I
I would
mean,
do,
four
and
hundred and
these
forty
claims,
dollars a month is breaking him to pieces. And then and you're talking about a weekly place like,
Well,
I don't
if
know,
I get a place about
it's not very
six
much.
fifty a month, something like that, everything furnished somewhere
right.
at
See,
about
it would be
650.
everything furnished. He wouldn't have no
Yeah,
light bill. He wouldn't have no water
I could
bill.
let go
Why do you
of
why do you
my
pay a water
doctor.
bill if you don't use the restroom or use a shower in there?
It's you stay here, don't you?
They
Four
You
hundred
just
and forty dollars a month is $14 a day.
yeah, yeah,
You gonna find a place cheaper than
and
that?
we got well water.
well, but he also pays household bills on top of that. He has
How
to
much?
pay them.
How much is your
He
light bill, Jimmy?
It just depends.
whatever they tell him, he
How
pays
much
them
is it?
whatever
How
they
much is
ask
it this
for.
month, Jimmy?
I ain't got it yet.
How much was it last month?
65.
That's you're not okay. So that'll make it $2 more a day.
Do you mind to say what your monthly
Then
income
I the
is?
Wi-Fi and part of the Wi. Well, not part of it. It's the Wi-Fi bill. And
Well, still
you
$65 a
know,
month.
I'm just
It's still
I live.
$2 a day.
I
Do
mean,
you,
I can pay the 600 and something dollars. I would just let go of my
Jimper lives
doctor.
in a place right now that is what you're describing, and he pays $280 a week.
Hmm.
That's a lot of money. I don't think
so
you
he
can afford
said
it.
the
I really just don't
hotel
think you
was
can afford it.
he said the motel was 150 a week, and then usually if you pay by the month, they'll even give you a discount off that. I mean, he's just
Yeah,
gonna have
they
to
come
call
down.
and see.
Yeah, glamorous life is here, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey,
Hey, Uni Squared. Oops.
Hey,
Okay. Sorry. Did I just clicked on something. Hey, guys. Am I here?
Yeah, we can hear
yeah,
you.
Okay. Hey. Um. Yeah. Sorry. I was. And I'm sorry, Alicia. I missed you earlier. I was just honestly just sleeping. I've really felt just poopy. That's me trying to like never swear again. I never swore before I came to YouTube. I didn't. And I hate myself swearing. I don't mind if people do. It's just I hate myself doing it. So I say
yeah.
things like I say poopy and crap and okay. Um Yeah, I totally don't mind that. I mean, it's like yours, whatever. I just wanted you to, because I think you had talked about in a few, or a few lives in chat that your bed was U-shaped and your bed and the shower and
Yeah.
so we had just talked, and so I thought that was you know that it was a good idea, but I think that that's a wonderful idea. I do know also, um, that long-term solution. I know that locally states are really bad on things, but when the website says like .gov, I've learned that those are the ones that you can really trust.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
um, .gov ones, because of this COVID things, have emergency relief for deposits. I mean,
Hmm.
not that that will, do it, but there is, just because of all the people who did get evicted because they didn't pay
But
during COVID, and uh,
but the issue with that is, even if he gets his deposit, by the time he pays rent, electric, water, all that, I don't know that he could afford a regular apartment, you know.
right, and that's why I think um, this is just it's really sad, and I there's a lot of things that are just really sensitive, I think, to talk about online. Some certain things that I just because I really have grown fond of Jimmy, and because I
I,
know that money goes towards
I know a
your
man
I
that lives down the road here. He just has started drawing disability, and he makes $1,400 a month.
yeah, that's
I've
basically
been on
income,
disability
right?
since I was 26 years old because I
Oh,
was a camp manager and I got beat up real bad.
okay.
And I started out making $501 a month,
Yeah.
and I'm 51 now, and just now made it to 1,000.
I
So
think because those people have, I know, unfortunately, because I mean the other one, I think you only get like 700 or 800 a month, and you're
I'm
on,
on 100%
yeah, right,
disability.
right. No, I know,
Jimmy,
but
I'm on
your work
100%
history,
disability too, and I make $1,000 a month.
your work
Yeah,
history before that didn't pay enough into it to get you to that level. Because I know some
that
of their,
don't make no sense. And my
And
daddy worked from 16 till he was 46 and
Mhm.
didn't use his quarters. Why can't I have his?
I know, I wish.
and
Well,
I mean, if nothing else, instead of paying the 150 or 180 or whatever that hotel yons are looking at for 2 nights, it would be better to pay the 150 at this other place and get him a full week.
oh, yeah, goodness, yeah. I mean, most definitely. That's like I didn't even know about that. That's like I did hear Jimmy mention something about 600 to somebody else. Jimmy, you were
The
talking about
Southern Motor Lodge and the
Rod.
Carolina
You,
Terrace.
you were telling Roger about it, or whatever,
Yeah.
Sandy or whatever. Yeah. So now that brings back the memories. You did mention that before about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I mean, that's a wonderful. I mean, everything's
I
paid.
mean, I've lived
So if
there
he could,
before. It's just
so if he
catching
draws,
them at the right time when the room is available for monthly,
right.
and them having the money right then.
What's that? Is that
Right.
place that we were calling that Southern?
Yeah, they want extra phone.
I know.
So,
Well,
They never have.
dude,
They
I've
want you
called
to
her over and over again. It's
yeah, they want you to show
just
up.
on the outside. I looked at it. It's cute, like a cute little thing.
Yeah, it's
so if he, so
Mr. Patel won't answer.
if you could use that 150 to get you foot in the door for the first week, that would not only give you a full week to, have a good bed, a hot shower, all that, but that'd give you a week to get it, to figure out,
What
what
you
the
do,
next
yeah.
step is, instead of just having 2 days
Yeah.
to try to.
Jimmy, do you not qualify for HUD?
Uh,
Huh?
the housing authority.
That's
Yeah.
probably that waiting list he's talking about, ain't it?
I mean,
Well, I'm on
HUD waiting list ain't that long.
HUD.
Yeah, HUD,
uh,
HUD.
That's the Housing
Yeah.
Authority
Urban
on
development.
River Street.
I don't know where
That's
it's
the
at,
one
but
where the little lady talked me through the glass and didn't want to have nothing else to talk to me about.
well, you need to go back and be persistent. You have to, Jimmy. You have
Yeah.
to.
She like she
You
gonna
don't want
call
to talk to you,
police
she
on
hurts
me
your
that
feelings,
day.
go back the next
That's
day.
why, Jimmy, I'm going to be your rep. I'm going to be just so nice and call in, and I'm a Yankee. I'm going to be like, I'm a Yankee. So what do I know? So
Yeah.
help me help this man.
I mean, HUD, yeah, I remember it's a Housing
Yeah.
Authority,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's on
yeah,
River Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
HUD and government housing are like Section 8, not the same thing.
Yes, yeah.
No, it's not the same thing. Section
Same
8,
bill,
Section 8
same
has a
bill.
big long waiting list, years sometimes. HUD ain't like that. Especially for a single person, like it's just you, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't
no
be that.
hidden wives and 8 kids with you, Jimmy, there in that room.
Or I hope my wife ain't in here.
There she is, right behind you. I
She's
I
see
at
her.
the Hilton.
hope, Lord.
You get a great smile.
Her boyfriend wasn't like that.
You'd make a great Santa Claus. You're a great
Yeah.
Santa Claus too.
Mhm.
Yeah, have you ever looked in the I don't know how it works anymore, but like back, when I was a younger man, you could look through the classifieds and people take out ads looking for a roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I looked into that last night, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sometimes it's on Facebook Marketplace too.
Yeah.
well, where I live at is near Clemson University. A lot
Oh,
of
you should.
Clemson students and stuff. And they got there's apartments that I was gonna go look at in the next
Yeah.
couple of days down by there. And uh
I just signed a lease for my son today at in the college town he's going to, and it's just $475 a month.
yeah,
It's plenty big enough for him. It's
there's a couple dudes, that I talked to, that I'm supposed to go check out somebody's moving out or something, and they're gonna let me know about it. And uh only bad thing about it is up the steps, it's on the balcony, but I'll do it. I mean, I go upstairs every day now, but yeah,
And I know that the big thing about you, I know that we talked about it and stuff. Everybody has is that darn doctor bill. But see, I thought that you were on pain medication. I didn't know that you
no,
were.
no,
So, okay, so
I suffer.
then okay, then so the doctor thing really you
Jimmy.
you should be able to go to your regular doctor.
Yeah, Jimmy, you told me just a few weeks ago on my live stream that you went to a doctor and you had to pay cash because it was a
Yeah,
pain doctor, and
no, no,
but
no,
he
not
didn't
a
write
pain
you
doctor,
enough pain medicine. He only gave
not a
you
pain
90.
doctor.
Huh?
They don't write pain medicine. It's not a pain doctor. It's
Then you
it's
need to get
it's
another
a
doctor.
doctor that controls you from having withdrawal from
Is
when
it
Oh,
you was on
Suboxone?
pain pills.
Suboxone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Suboxone.
Suboxone. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I know
Well,
Suboxone.
Medicaid pays for Suboxone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
maybe
Oh,
it's
for
but I
for
remember. I remember
listen,
it was
listen.
the amount.
For so many
Well,
months, and then they stop, and you have to hunt another doctor,
well,
and
no.
then
Well,
you
what you
go
said.
weeks, maybe months, hunting another Medicaid doctor
Well,
that take you on as a
Well,
patient, and
Medicaid
well,
then
what
they'll
ignores
you
this.
said
discharge
the
you.
other day.
I
What you
found this doctor, and he don't discharge me. I just have to pay cash.
Well, what you said the
He's a
other day
crook.
is they cover so many, and then you pay for the rest out of pocket. I remember now.
Exactly. Like
But
what I'm on now.
would you be willing to let them cut down your dose so you didn't have to pay out of pocket for the extra ones?
because
I
that's what's
try.
killing guys. He pays like how much,
I
dude? It's so
mean,
much. It's like you pay a quarter of your income for medication and doctors, which should be covered, and
Because
that
I
is
know,
so much.
I know in Kentucky they'll pay for two a day. You can get 60 a month, paid for. So I don't know how many in your state, but if you could
2 a
get
day wouldn't do me. I mean, I'd
2 a
wake up
day,
in the middle of the night, pouring sweat and shaking and almost have a heart attack. I mean,
Yeah,
How long
they're
have you
not
been
gonna let
taking
you do
those?
that
the
at a
doctor said it could take the rest of my life
yeah, I know somebody
for them
on that.
withdrawals to go away.
well,
Did
yeah,
He said they can go away tomorrow,
but 2 a
or
day.
it can take the rest of my life. It's really up to my body. It's nothing,
oh,
no
so
Right.
it's not enough pills?
science
So they don't cut
given
you off
time.
if you don't get enough. They don't
Yeah,
cut you off.
you
They
can't.
just
Yeah,
get
the
enough.
doctor can't say, "Well, I'm gonna give you these for 30 days and you're done."
But you don't think 2 a day would help
And
you?
no, not right now.
You gotta
And
find
because
a
I just had cut down, and I'm just not going back up. I tried to cut down, and it didn't work.
but that's like isn't that like 250 of your income? Isn't that like or no. It's
My plate, babe.
is it 275 plus 75 you pay or one something like
No,
that you pay just towards that?
250 plus $8 drug test plus I get the 30 left
Hey,
over that the insurance don't pay for,
put that
which
Okay.
is $100 and something
cold.
dollars.
So 250 plus 150?
Have you
Not
used the
quite.
coupon?
Okay. So that's oh my gosh, 250 plus 150 I'm bad month. I can't think right now.
That's
400.
400.
400? Oh my gosh.
Jimmy, that just don't add up. $400 a month for that.
Yeah.
$440 for your
That's highway
rent.
robbery. Yeah.
$440
It
for your
is.
rent.
It is highway
65 for
robbery.
electric. You don't have any money.
Right.
I mean
That
literally
don't add up.
some.
You couldn't afford to go. You couldn't afford to drive down the road. You wouldn't have no gas.
Yeah. I had to haul people here and there and everywhere.
They pay for your gas.
Yeah. They pay for me doing it too. I sometimes I get up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and take one guy, let's see, 24 miles to his job, and then I come 24 miles back. Then I go back and get him at 4 o'clock, and you know he pays me pretty good
So that's every day.
every day. Sometimes
Well, that supplements your
at
income.
least at least 3 or 4 times a week. And most time, instead of me coming all the way back home, I'll stop by the Y and hang out there and around in that area until time to go get him, so I can save on that little bit of gas money and make put more money in my pocket. You know.
Right.
And, I mean, I tell you, Liv, I don't just sit here like a hermit. You know,
No, and
I got to get out and do. You know.
I don't want you to feel like this is an interrogation either. I just thought about that. We're not interrogating you. We're trying to figure out what's the best way to help,
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, I know the
And
best
like
way. The
short
best
term
way
help is what I'm
is
worried about.
that
Go
that
ahead.
if I could do without my doctor, and then I'd have more money, and
Well, no, I wouldn't want you to go all together without it. I just wondered if you had
No.
ever tried,
yeah, I've tried.
getting just the
I
amount
mean,
that the
come on,
insurance.
hey, listen to this. I was taking upwards to 14 Roxy 20s a day. Okay,
Yeah,
What are Roxy's?
and that's not counting all
oxycodone,
the other ones that I
pain
was putting on
medicine.
top of it, the lower tabs and all that. But I was eating like Tic Tacs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
know.
I was out there, way
Right.
out
How did you afford that?
there. Huh?
How did you afford that?
Hustling. I mean, no lie. I just
Well, get out and hustle.
I take you to get yours. You got to buy me one.
Right. People find ways, but
Yeah.
people, I've
Well,
been
I understand
around
that.
that.
I
I know that too. You
No
swear. I'm just saying,
judgment
if you're gonna
here. I mean,
hustle
it goes
that
on.
much for that, then hustle a little
And
bit. And let's get some of these issues taken care of.
Oh, right.
Like go
I
down
will.
here. This
I
lady who
will.
turned you away, don't let
Okay.
her turn you away, brother. Go down there and get in her face and say, "Hey, I'm back again today." You gonna help me? And if she's a butthole that tomorrow, see her the next day. Hey, this is Jimmy. I'm back
Or
again.
ask to speak to a supervisor.
Yes. Speak to a supervisor.
Okay.
Be a Karen.
I don't want to see you, Jimmy.
All
I don't want. I want you to succeed, and I don't want. I think you have the biggest heart, and um, in Judaism, what's coming up is Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, where it's like you forever written on the book of life. And if I could be a part of any mitzvah, which is a good deed, it writes on my book of life, and I've done plenty of wrong too. And it would be a great mitzvah to help you. Depression, I suffered, sat here, still do. I'm better now, but not completely not out of it at all. I know how it feels. I'm alone. I've isolated. I've been frozen. I've let things just go. I it, completely no judgment. None. I just want you to succeed, and then I want you to see that life is better. Like you can have a life and go fishing
Can be better. Right,
and
right.
be loved and live life. And you're my age. We're the same age. So I just want that for you.
So
And
And
you guys
that's
are a
why
lot. You guys are a lot older than me. Then I'm just 29.
I, I
and that's why I
know.
wanted to share that story with him. Like I said, I had never even told Jimbo that, the the story that I had told about having to live in my vehicle and getting stuck living in a hotel for 2 years. That's not something that I just go around telling people, but I wanted to share that with Jimmy because I know how lonely it can feel. And at times you feel like, all these people, they ain't never been through nothing like this, and I just wanted to let him know that, uh, I may be going through other issues now, but I've been where he's at. You know what I mean? I've been there and I got out. And that's the point. I don't want to stress the part about me being in the position. I want to stress the part that I got out of that position. You know, that's the part that I really, really want you to focus on out of that whole story. I know I probably drug it out way too long, but the part of that whole story that I really, really want you to focus. Oh, sorry. I've got heartburn tonight. Um, the part of that story that I really wanted you to focus on is that I got out of that position, and you can too. I know right now it don't feel like it. I know, but you can, and you will. I'm not even saying you can. You will. You will pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and you will get out of this. Um, Position that you're in. I know I've got faith, 100% faith, Jimmy, that you will. And we just kind of, and when I went through it, I didn't have a community to try to help me come up with ideas. And I'm not even talking about financial. I didn't have uh, people that I could sit down around a table and say, okay, what's your idea? Okay, what's your idea? I didn't have that. And I feel like that's what we have right now is just imagine it in your mind as one of them big conference tables like you'll see at a lawyer's office or something like that. Just um, imagine all of us sitting around that table comparing ideas, and I didn't have that. And maybe
I
that's
know.
why it took me 2 years, maybe it won't even take you 2 months, who knows? Because now we've got a team and everybody's going to have different ideas. Everybody's been through different experiences. Somebody else may have been in that experience. And like I said, I got out because I was lucky enough to get an income tax, and I know that that's not going to be an option for you because you probably don't get income taxes back. But
Don't have you a bunch of kids, Jimmy. You get some income tax back. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
but maybe there's somebody else out of 129 people that got out a different way, and the, and please, if there's anybody else in here out of well, 3 people just left. Somebody didn't want to be pointed out. But if there's anybody out of the 126 watching now that got out a different way, please even if you say it was your cousin or it was somebody that you knew back in the day, if you have a different way that you got out, let us know,
Well,
um
what I was, the whole point I was talking to Jimmy to begin with, though, is, if we get the room tonight, tomorrow night, next week, that's what are we going to do when that's
right,
over?
right, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
If
We've got,
somebody else has a different idea of how to get out
well,
permanently, let us know,
I
Kemper
mean,
has
I'm
that.
talking about like
What?
just, he wants a hot shower and a place to sleep, and then, that's not where he's at right now, but we've got, you know that's short term. It's one day. Jimmy,
right.
you fall asleep, Jimmy's out of it.
Are you awake, Jimmy?
Yeah.
What I
Oh,
just say.
okay.
Can't tell you how many people I've heard of who getting, because of these problems that, you know just getting street stuff and dying and years of boxing you're good, but that's just a killer. And with that fentanyl and stuff, and you know um and Kemper was talking about kratom or kratom or whatever. Kratom.
Well,
That's nasty.
dangerous. Let me tell you what I've heard about that is that you get hooked on that and it's worse. I've heard that it's worse to get off of than heroin.
No, I know somebody personally who helped very close, very, very close to me.
I think craving's a mindset thing.
And they no longer take it.
No, they still take it,
See, but I'm talking about coming off of it.
but it's natural. It's not gonna kill
I
you. It's gonna go
It's
to sleep.
cocaine, really.
No,
I understand, but I'm just
It's the same thing as
it's not an upper though.
they
It's not
using
no.
they using the higher elevations to when their brain is getting lack of oxygen, they chew on it and it gives it this natural opiate speed like feeling, and so they work more. Look it up. You see where they
yeah,
come where kratom comes from. Listen to the native people that talk about it.
Yeah, and I've heard from an actual person that was on it, and they said it did help them get off of whatever substance they were using. But when it came time to come off the kratom, they said it was worse than coming off of heroin.
right. Like in those chat, it says Suboxone is no different, and it's synthetic, and this is
No, it's
natural,
not.
Right.
and it's
Suboxone ain't no great
much
thing.
better. It's a much better option than any of those. I mean, and I've
How expensive is
I
kratom, though?
I know people hooked on Suboxone and can't get off of it.
Right. That's
That's
Kemper,
true.
Kemper, can you come up at all, or did you say if you already mentioned?
How expensive is kratom, though?
what,
Cheap.
$35 a bag.
You can get pills, and you can get the tea, or you can get capsules, and you can get like 800 for how much was it? I don't remember. It was something. Kempler's on it. I don't know what he was on before, and it helped him. He just was talking about it in chat. That's why I mentioned it. It's a natural herb. You can find the one
Yeah,
store.
I've took it before. It didn't phase me or help me at all. And
See, everybody's body is
I've tried
different.
all different brands of kratom, every one of them.
Okay, yeah, because it's a lot weaker because it's not anything. I mean, you can get
Yeah,
it.
they got what, a red pack, a gold pack,
Yeah, there's different
you
colors.
know,
Kratom
and
green, kratom
and
red.
they even got one that's in you take it, you can buy it in a little thing like a toothpick pack, and it's a one shot kratom, something like that. It didn't work. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just,
Okay, I understand. Yeah, it's not going to help that, but there are you can get a second opinion at the doctor and go because I know that they're not going to just say suffer, guy.
I understand. I mean, I understand the actual pharmacy part of it, but I don't understand why the insurance is not paying for the doctor visit.
because the doctor don't want the insurance to pay him 90
Oh yeah,
days
he
from
cash
then when
on.
he can get his money right then.
He's a
And
cash only doctor.
they're
I
not gonna
remember.
pay.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not.
But
Your doctor's a crook.
Yeah,
yeah, because
exactly.
what I was going to say is I know in Kentucky, Suboxone doctors are a dime a dozen. There's tons of them. I don't
Yeah.
understand how it's so much different in your state.
The doctor's taking
Oh,
advantage of you. The people that you rent from
yeah.
are
I just got it all
they're
stuck behind
abusing
the
you.
door.
As far as
You
your
need to report
home,
everybody, Timmy.
as far as your home, um, and the way that you're being treated in the
Any places in Kentucky?
are you adverse to reporting it to Adult Protective Services? Just like CPS, there's an APS or whatever they call it in that state. There's an Adult Protective Services just like there is for
Yeah, they are.
children.
That's everywhere. They got that
And
everywhere.
my
They even
buddy be
have
living
My
in
seniors.
aunt,
the
my
truck.
aunt works in that now. Hey,
So
And I be living in
would
the
you
truck.
would you be willing to report it? No, they will put you in a safe
they'll
place
help
just
you,
like they
They
Jimmy.
do for
say they will.
No,
just
they
like
will,
Okay,
Jimmy.
no,
That's
they
what they're there
will.
for.
Just
no, no,
like
no.
foster care. It's
If
just
that's
like a
gonna happen,
child.
please nobody do nothing like that.
You
No,
Cause
no,
I
need to
no,
don't
do
no,
it.
want to live
no.
in my truck.
I'm not talking about no, no, nobody in chat. No, no, no. I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him doing it, guys. This is
You need to
this.
do it, Jimmy.
Yeah,
You
that
need to do it.
you because they have like I don't know how
I know who they are, and
What do you, would you say you lose your truck?
no, I had to sleep in my truck because that's
no
a
No,
they
Jimmy, they'll
have a
put you in somewhere.
it's like foster care just like they do for children.
Yeah,
You're
it may be the best thing ever happened to you.
you're
you talking
100%
about assisted
disabled.
living.
Do what?
Assisted living in Anderson, South Carolina charges you $2,000 a month.
They
Call
won't
the
charge you a
city.
thing. They're going to charge
I
Medicare.
No,
guarantee you they
They're
will.
going to charge
I just
Medicare.
called. No, I just called
you,
last week. Jimbo, I called last week,
Who did
well,
you call?
it's not being worded
two
correctly.
of them played. One of
Yeah,
them was off of 81. I can't think of the name of it.
But you're not going through Adult
But
Protective Services though.
yeah.
What we're saying is they will put you in a safe place just like they do for children because you're 100% disabled.
Right. They
For
have
the first
disabled
time in
protective
6 months,
services.
Matthew Kemper is on the stand.
Hey, Templar.
What's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
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 put one in the chat.
Nice to meet nice to meet you. I'm E squared. I came in kind of on the tail end of you being here, so
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I know.
but
Um,
but what we're
a
trying to
buddy of
say,
mine actually
Jimmy,
works for Adult Protective
Go
Services in
ahead, Kemper.
Tennessee. I was going to say, a buddy of mine actually works for the Adult Protective Services in Tennessee, and I know that if Jimmy was to report his situation, that he wouldn't be paying any 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, none of that stuff. I know that won't happen.
Exactly. Right, that's what we're trying to say, Jimmy. You can't call the assisted living and just say how much does it cost to live there. You have to report it through Adult Protective Services.
And they foot the bill.
Okay.
They find a
And
way,
they
grants and
take
everything
care
else
of that.
stays.
Yeah. And you have Medicare. They will charge your Medicare card an
Yeah,
ungodly
that's
amount,
big.
and then Medicare will say, nope,
Well,
this is what we're going to pay you, and they'll take it, and you won't pay a thing.
Yes, because
there are a lot of grants out there that can be applied for that will pay for your stays in a lot of places like this. They even do it for people for drug rehab and that kind of stuff. So I know they do it for you guys.
and you'll get a caseworker that'll check up on you and all kinds of stuff. Like, say you get in the assisted living and you're having trouble with other stuff or whatever, this caseworker will check in on you and help you with whatever you need help with.
I don't know if you've ever heard of Helen Rock McNabb Center in East Tennessee, but they have so many different programs, and I know there's places you can call that will help you out, Jimmy.
Okay.
I know that there is. And
What's it
I'm
called?
sure that there's people that's listening that can help you find those places so you can reach out and find those.
Yeah, and does your Suboxone doctor provide counseling? Do you have a counselor there?
He is.
The doctor is the counselor.
Mm-hmm.
No, you should have a
He's-
separate counselor. You
Your
don't have
doctor
a
is so
separate.
crooked.
No, he's my counselor and
Well,
my.
I know you guys
Alright.
were talking about kratom earlier, and I can tell you
But-
kratom is $69 a kilo. That's like 3.5 weeks worth of kilo for less than $100.
Kemper, do you say what you're taking it for, or do you ever? I don't know.
But do you know?
I
Have you heard any
have-
stories? Sorry, go ahead.
I've never seen anything or heard anything bad about kratom.
About
I've been
coming
taking
off.
it probably for about 5 years now. I cold turkeyed off of the painkillers and the Xanax that I was being fed by the doctors.
Okay.
And I was
No.
using just ibuprofen for my pain, and I do have degenerative disc and cartilage disease. I was told at 25 to apply for disability, and I never have. I worked, but I do have, like, I work with a ruptured disc in my back. I've got a bad hip, bad knees. Like, I'm Jimbo's age, and my body's probably 25 years older than what I actually am. Because of the
But what about
So-
coming off of the kratom? Have you ever talked to anybody about what that's like?
I've
Why are we
spent
talking about
well
coming off
over
of it?
2
Like it's
weeks
the same
without
as
kratom,
Suboxone.
and I did not have any detox symptoms. And I'm a daily heavy user
Okay.
because I take a heavy dose in the morning when I get up. I take one at lunch, and I take one when I go to bed.
Yeah, but here's
But
the
I
thing.
was I used to take around, like, I don't know, 25, 30, 40 Percocets, and that was to keep from getting dope sick. That wasn't even
Right.
like doing anything for me, you know what I mean? So when
Right.
I detoxed off of that, I was just ibuprofen, and I was working a factory job. It was a hellified job, and
Wow.
when I found kratom, when my life changed. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard ghost stories, but I've never seen proof of their ghost stories.
And
You get what I'm saying?
like,
Like, you hear this person's cousin or this person's brother or somebody they know. Nobody
Right.
actually has an
And-
actual experience I spoke to that said, hey, you know, so.
and
hey,
everybody's
there are
different,
different,
and you
there's
know,
things out
probably.
there for different people. And some
What kind you use, Kemper?
I use green strains.
Green string.
Green strains are usually more of your stimulant kind. See, I used to pound energy
Yeah.
drinks like it was going out of style, 4, 5, 6 a day.
Right.
I was eating, I don't know, about 6,000 or 7,000 milligrams of ibuprofen a day.
To help me.
You get what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like, that was after I got off the pills. Okay, and when I found kratom, and like I said, I bought a sampler. I bought red, green, and white because that's your predominant colors.
Yeah.
And you know, you have your mixed strains. balance all of the characteristics of each one out. But like,
You know,
it can be a mood enhancer. It helps your mental health. It helps with
you
either
know the
if you have
$1.99
insomnia, you
samples,
can red and helps you sleep. What's that?
the ones that's $1.99 the samples, they're green.
No. I went online and there's a few different companies online that will send you
Okay.
the sample pack for free,
Yeah.
but you only
Just
get
pay
one.
I'm
shipping.
about
But most of
to check
these,
that out.
yes, they send it
Cause
right
I'm
to you.
tired
You
of
don't pay
Suboxone
anything.
anyway, you know. I'm tired
Yeah.
of dishing
Well,
out the
I was
money.
gonna say Suboxone's a lot like methadone.
Yeah.
It's still gonna have its effects when you stop using it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like I was saying in the chat, the probation department in Newport in Cott County, they were sending people that were having dirty drug screens all the time and couldn't quit doing dope. They were sending them us so we could tell them about kratom. And you wouldn't believe the line of people coming in there to get kratom, and they aren't doing anything else. And
so
personally,
kratom doesn't show up on the drug
I'm a
screen.
known pothead, okay?
No.
I'm a known pothead, and I have been for over 30 years, okay? But if I had a choice between marijuana and kratom, I would choose kratom because it does give me a better quality of life. Like,
Hey,
I'm only
No.
50
Yeah.
and I do the
but
job of a
No,
20-year-old better.
Jimbo, because it's all
Jimbo, can
natural.
you get them resources for me and email me? Cause I gotta get off here. I got church.
yeah. We'll get them together and all that, and yeah, you get you some rest, Jimmy, and
I thank all y'all.
But really think about that adult protective services, please.
Yeah,
Please at least think
if
about it.
somebody can get a number for Anderson, let me know. Cause
we'll get you the number.
it's
Listen, and they won't. If you tell them you don't want them to contact your landlord or whoever,
yeah,
they won't.
okay.
Yeah, but
Well,
you're in a situation where you should. I mean, I think you are.
Yeah,
And from everything I've heard, you
everybody's rooting
should
for you, Jimmy.
definitely report that situation. Yeah.
yeah. Well, if I knew I had a
Gotta keep it
place, I
safe.
would report the whole family. Yeah,
Yeah,
what they done to
Well,
me.
sometimes
But
you got to take that leap of faith, man.
Yeah.
yeah, but
They're
I
not going to
appreciate
leave you.
everything.
If you report, like I said, they're going to treat it just like calling CPS. If you take that step to report them conditions, they're not going to leave you to fend for yourself and living in a vehicle. I promise you, they will not do that.
Yeah,
You would own that state if they did that.
right.
yeah.
All right. Well, I love y'all and thank you for
Love you,
everything.
buddy.
We love you
Yes, sir.
too,
Good
Jimmy.
night,
Talk
Jimmy.
to y'all later.
Take care.
All righty.
Yes,
Bye.
sir.
Bye bye.
Good night,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Night.
Good night. The
Yeah,
thing with like the symptoms of coming off kratom, like he's not wanting to come off of Suboxone, so why would he
True.
come off kratom?
Well, that's
If
true.
it
I
works
just
for him, why
wondered.
come off of it?
yeah, there are a
And
lot of
see,
people
that's the
who are
problem.
for.
Suboxone does have that effect. It's just like
Yeah.
methadone. Suboxone. When you quit the Suboxone, you're gonna have some things
What's
going
wrong?
on.
So am I
And
correct?
it's a sad part of the whole situation.
Am I correct in saying, Kemper, that as of right now, kratom is not tested for on a general drug screen because it's all natural? Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. Just like CBD is not tested for, THC is, but
Right.
that's to make sure the CBD that people is using is the right stuff. But you're still
I
going to
mean,
have trace amounts of THC. But the kratom,
they may eventually specifically
well,
test for kratom, but as of right now on a general test, they do not, right?
I don't even think they test truckers for it. And that's usually the people that get tested the most for everything. So, yeah. Because a buddy of mine, he's a truck driver and he uses it. So,
My heart breaks
but
for
I
Jesus.
do know that you can get tests for it, but I've never seen them, and I wouldn't know how to get them. But
Mm.
like I said, it is. I think there's a couple of states that it's still illegal, but most states are either 18 or 21 and over, like
It's
CBD.
helped so many
And you'll find
people.
it where you're CBD.
Oh yeah, I know they
Do
sell it
what?
all over the place here where me and Jimbo live. There's signs everywhere.
Oh, see, I used to actually sell it in Tennessee. Like I worked for a CBD store, so
Yeah.
that's how. I mean, we had cops come in, and see, cops can't use painkillers 8 hours per shift or during their shift. So you're going to have detox if you are on painkillers for any length of time. And there's
Oh
some of
yeah.
them that had injuries, that kind of stuff. So they were coming in and asking us about Kratom. They would come in with their supply, and that's what they used while they were on the force.
Yeah.
So I
D-Boss,
mean, cops are using
Kratom.
it. The probation department's sending them to us like, "Hey man, ask him about it." And like the cops would even ask the people that were standing in line to get their Kratom, like, why do you use it? And they're like, "Man, I'd be dead right now if it wasn't for Kratom." It's true. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people I've seen turn their life completely around because they can just get their head out of the dope.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of times that's all it takes
D-Boss,
for a lot of people. Once,
D-Boss said Kratom isn't
what's that?
FDA approved, so I don't think they can test. Well, cocaine ain't FDA approved either, and they test for that.
Right.
Yeah.
And see, most of your kratom these days, because it does come from overseas, so it is from Southeast Asia, but it is tested here in the United States, and most of your kratom will have a way to check the results of your tested kratom and to trace it all the way back to its growth.
And
So I
Jimbo,
mean,
I
it
know.
is a lot of
Sorry.
precautions being taken to
Um,
present this to people.
um, I know you probably know this. I know you do, but like when we go off live, this is still open to talk private, right? Like things
Yes, yeah, yeah. We can hang out in StreamYard and talk.
that would be
Me and
great.
Kipper used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we've done it a few times. Me,
We
and
didn't even
Jimbo.
call on the phone. He said, "Hey, jump on StreamYard a minute. Let's talk."
Yeah.
Kimber, it's so great to have you
Right.
here. I'm really glad that you guys just mended everything. I'm glad that you're here. You've got a good voice.
Well,
I for one
Thanks.
welcome you. I talked to you one time actually. I don't know if you remember. It was over on Poons, and we were talking about the Ernie thing one time. Remember? Like back.
Yeah.
Anyways, you were nice
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me. You were
I
very
do now
nice.
that you bring that up. I do remember.
Yeah. Well, I remember that. You were very, very nice. So, you know.
Well, I
I
usually try not to rub people the wrong way. I was usually the
you
calm
yeah.
know,
person on most of
The fact
the
that you
shows.
can actually work with that problem that you have with because I have that, I'm just getting the x-rays in and all this stuff in, and what you describe is exactly what I'm discovering. And the fact that you work a hard job with that, hello.
and
That's like
Yeah.
amazing.
and
Seriously.
just
Well,
so
I mean,
people know.
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Isla.
No, I was just going to say, everybody was like, well, he's not trying to get us. One reason I was asking the questions about coming off Kratom wasn't necessarily to do with Jimmy. Just like Kimber just said a few minutes ago, if you have any type of surgery or anything, these doctors will give you these high strength pain meds. And then when they say, well, you're all healed up, you don't get the pain meds no more, and you may have withdrawal symptoms. I've got stage 4 colon cancer. I have a lot of surgeries and stuff, so there may come a day where I may need kratom for a little bit just to not have withdrawal symptoms after surgery. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily, sometimes I ask questions and it may be about me, I mean,
Right. And they would
so
wean you
Right.
down too, and
no,
that's
they do not.
you know,
Absolutely not.
uh,
Not here. Not my first 2 surgeries. They did not.
they just cut. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
been dope sick, and I've had to quit pills too many times, and it's a suffering that I wouldn't wish on anybody. Even though a lot of it is
Exactly.
self-inflicted, I understand that. Most of us do
I've had
understand
two
that,
sur-
but it's
I've
still
had
something I would
two
never wish on anybody.
I've had 2 major surgeries. The first one, they removed a 13-pound tumor out of my abdomen, and once they treated me, for that, I got pain medicine for so many days, a certain milligram, and when it was gone, it was gone.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have that,
Mhm.
you know,
No
you,
weaning me down, no nothing.
but you wouldn't be
Yeah, I
addicted
was gonna
after
say
so many days.
Mm,
my
No, I
brother-in-law. He's in
mean,
remission from
it was
stage
6
4
weeks.
cancer, and he's on hard stuff. He really was.
That doctor's
I mean, I
wrong.
had to take medicine. I had to take medicine for a lot longer than a few days.
Yeah.
So I did have
Oh
withdrawal
yeah,
symptoms.
for quite
Yeah,
a few weeks.
that doctor's wrong. They should know that it's a higher dosage because of what you went through.
Yep.
And kind of, that's completely evil. That's wrong. They
Yeah.
should know better, you know?
And then the same thing with my second surgery. I got a certain milligram for for whatever time period they deemed necessary. And when they were gone, they were gone.
And I know too, the Trump administration really cracked down because of all these, everyone that I know that got addicted was because of just a legit reason, like injury and all that stuff. And then you leave people out there hanging, and it should have been like meeting in the middle, like not just like all of a sudden you can't get these, you know what I mean? And there
Well,
should be some.
I'm one of those people that believes that they should decriminalize a lot of things. There's a lot of people who's
Mhm.
not going to come for help if there's like these crazy consequences, like losing your kids because you've been on pills, losing your job, going and having charges, that kind of stuff. If people knew that they could come forward for help and not have that come and face them, they're going to come and get help a lot quicker. We're going to have a lot
And to
less deaths.
answer
You might have to build some rehab centers, but you're gonna stop having to bury people.
right. And to answer
And it's
mystery
proven in
lady
yeah.
To answer mystery lady in the chat, I got pain medicine after my surgeries, but that was it. Once they deemed me healed from surgery, the pain medicine was over with.
Well, that's the way that it should be, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
because
mean, like I said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I came up here because, Kemper was talking about the kratom thing and stuff, which I have seen. I have a couple of aunts that take that help them with what they have, and they say that, they wouldn't be able to live without it. They would have to be on pain medication all the time or something if they didn't have that. But then E Squared was talking about how people get addicted to that. And so what I've saw is that, like, after a surgery, like you're talking about, after a surgery, you're in a lot of pain, your body's healing, you need something to help ease that pain while you're going through that. But if you stop taking the pills as the pain actually begins to go away, you're usually fine. If you continue to take the pills, like the doctor keeps prescribing them to you longer than what's needed, then that's when you become really addicted. And I found that with kratom as well, that people who use it to get off of substances, it works really good getting them off of those substances. But when they continue to keep taking it and keep taking it,
Yeah, you can't
and
powerhouse it just like anything. You can't
yeah, then you get
powerhouse it.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and there you can always cross the line with anything, even with food. You cross the line. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
people do, but that's part of like I was saying, getting people's head out of the dope long enough where they can see. Because things ain't clear when you're high.
No, that
They're
fog
not.
of
When you're
any
detox,
kind
things ain't clear. You're hallucinating half the time. It's just not
Oh yeah.
a fun thing. But if you can get their head out of the dope long enough to teach them some new life like traits. Um, then just getting up and taking a shower for a lot of people that are on dope is a new thing.
Oh
Not
yeah.
kidding. People don't take care of themselves when they're on it, when they're sick. They don't care. But
right.
if you can get their head out of the dope long enough to teach them that kind of stuff, to teach them, hey, go get a job, go apply, show you how to do the application, that kind of stuff. That's new for a lot of people.
Right. Just like depression,
You
get
know?
on the right medications and get your head clear, and get if you really want to. If you really want to.
Well, every single time
You know?
that I've been on pills, it started because a doctor gave them to me, and it just
Yeah.
got out of control every time.
Same people that I
Every
know.
single time.
Every single one.
I mean, it went from a wisdom tooth being cut out to 5 years
Yep.
later, I'm thinking I'm on heroin, so I wouldn't have to be dope sick. And that's when I was like, nope,
See, that's
nope,
what
nope,
I'm
nope.
saying. Some
'Cause I didn't-
people, it depends, especially if you have addictive tendencies and things like that. You can have a 2-week prescription and be addicted at the end of that 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I mean, some people get addicted
after 2
fast.
days.
Yeah, some
Yep.
people get addicted even quicker. Yeah.
That's how I am. I had to be very careful. About, I want to say it was probably about 12 years ago when they saw that I had the degenerative disc disorder, like what Kemper was talking about. I
Oh,
was,
you too? Okay.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I was having back pain all the time. And this was before my lupus diagnosis. They found the
Mm.
S1, L5, and L4 where I had problems with. So they said, take tramadol. It's a mild pain. It's like Tylenol 3 or something like that, and
Yeah.
it'll help.
Mhm.
And they put me on that, and they said, it will relieve your pain, and then within, a month or two or so, you don't need them. We'll cut you down off of them. When they started cutting me down, I thought I was going to die.
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
I've never taken a heavy drug in my life. I think the only thing I've ever done was smoke pot when I was younger. you know,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
so maybe I'm just really weak, or I don't know.
No, it's just a
But
thing. Yeah.
they told me it was not a narcotic. And then when I was suffering so bad, and I went there to them, I said, "What in the world? I'm having panic attacks. I feel horrible, cold sweats, shaky." And then they said, "Oh, well, we just realized that it does actually have some opiate in it. So we have classified it as a narcotic."
So you were getting it right when they switched. I remember
Yes.
when yeah, oh girl of all time. Like
It's codeine. Yeah.
when they
Yeah, it is a synthetic opiate, though. I'm gonna say I've had tramadol, and it made me see 4. I was
Oh, I
like,
thought
wow, okay.
I had to step away. I thought she was still talking about the Tylenol 3. That's why I said it's codeine. But yeah, tramadol, they just switched it over just a few years ago.
Well, that was 12 years ago when it happened, and
Mm.
they had me taking 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, and for a month. And then all of a sudden they were like, "Okay, we're gonna start weaning you down. We want you to take 1 pill in the morning, 1 pill in the afternoon, and then half it, and then half it." I was having withdrawals like crazy. I couldn't sleep,
Yeah.
nothing. And that's actually whenever my aunt told me to try the kratom.
Mm.
And at
Okay.
first, the kratom did
There's
work.
also,
It
I'm
helped.
gonna say kratom's really good, and then there's kava. And kava is a root of a plant that is used, but it's more of a sedative. Like if you have anxiety or insomnia issues, that's because it's going to take your pain away and it's
Hmm.
going to sedate you a little bit.
which
Yeah.
vein is
And it's all
good
natural.
for pain? Because I know that I wanted it for pain and I tried the wrong one, and then I think I got it right one time, but I haven't gone back to that. I want to now I want to try it for the right vein color. Like, is it
Well,
red
I
or
was going to say, like, the way we explained it to people is you had white for flight or like for your morning dose. A lot of people like whites. I don't. It gives me a headache. Like I
okay?
said, there's trial and error and everything. Like what works for me, and it might not work for you.
Right.
Okay.
That's why you do a sampler.
The
Do you do
sample
But
it
pack.
with pills
the
or do you
green
do
is
like
more of a stimulant. That's where you're do what?
I'm sorry, do you like have the capsule thingies or do you have the actual leaves?
Yes. Well, I do.
Okay.
No. I've never actually seen a kratom leaf except from pictures.
Or the
Most of the
tea or
time that
whatever
it
that
gets
stuff
here,
was?
it's
That
yeah, it's in the powder form usually when it gets here, and then whatever company buys it and
doesn't it
packages
taste
it,
sticky?
they test it. And but
Ooh.
I
I
use the capsules because it's easier for on the go.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
So if
make
I
your
want
own
to do
cap.
slurry, I would do. No, I buy my own capsules. It's like
Okay.
for the capsule kilo, it's $110. So you're paying $50 to have somebody put it in capsule for you for a month. That's
And
not
how
bad.
many
Like
is that? Like a
considering if you go into,
or how
well,
long
I
will
was
that
gonna say a
last?
kilo will last me about 3.5 weeks,
Okay, so just like that a month, basically, or
and it
like
costs a month.
almost. Okay, not bad.
And I use it quite often. I do.
You said just a whole
But like
cap.
I said, I have 4 ruptured discs. Like at one point, I couldn't walk. They had to do surgery on my back so I could actually feel my leg again, and then they had to teach me to use it again. Like I've gone through a lot of things with my back. I mean, it's not
Wow.
100%, but with like I said, without the kratom, I'm half crippled.
Yeah.
So
And I mean,
yours
I use
legit
marijuana.
is
I'm in a legal state, so I can use it. Plus, if I needed a medical card, I could get one because I have had one here quite a few times. And that was
Yeah.
because I'm
No,
a
I do
physician.
eat
Like
the.
I just had to bring my MRI to them, and they were like, "Can we keep this?" I'm like, "Sure." And so, yeah.
I do
So,
eat the
but like I said
Delta
earlier,
8
I would get that
gummies.
up. They're not bad. They're not bad. They're not as good as the Delta 9s, but they
Right.
are good.
But we don't have that
But yeah,
option
like
here.
if I do anything like that, it's going to be a Rick Simpson oil or an RSO
Yeah.
because
See, I
it's
don't know
like
anything
my
about that.
brother-in-law.
heard of
He had
that.
stage well, in my brother-in-law, he had stage 3 colon cancer. He is now in remission from it. And
Yeah. See,
like you
that's
were
what
talking
I've got.
about,
Stage
only having
4.
so many pills. Well, you were talking about the surgeries. They only gave so many pills. He would still be hurting, and he's like, "Man, I think I'm sick on the pills." I'm like, "Dude, RSO," because that's how I got off the pills initially was ricinusine oil, which is highly concentrated um, marijuana extract.
So you would have to
So when
live in
I'd
a
have
legal
detox,
state for it to be legal to have that, right?
you can get CBD RSO,
Right.
and
I've
it's going to be
tried just
better
the
than
CBD
the
and it doesn't help me.
It didn't do anything for me either.
Well, see,
Mm-mm.
the gummies, that's the thing, the way you use your CBD is going to matter. Like if you smoke or vape your CBD, you're going to get around 90% of its actual content. So if it
You
says it's
still
27% or something, you're going to get close to that number.
Daddy.
If you do a sublingual, like an RSO or like an oil, you're putting it in your mouth around your glands, so your glands are
Right.
absorbing it. So
See,
it's
that's
not
what I
as
try.
direct as your lungs. Well, I was going to say, but when you do gummies and edibles and stuff like that, you're going to lose about 65 to 70% of its content to digestion.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
did the
not getting
oil,
everything out of it. Yeah.
like actually, drink down the oil. Like I bought
Yeah.
half of a
Oh, yeah.
company.
Sublingual was probably the healthiest way to medicate with that
See, we've
because you're
got
not
a
putting anything on at first or anything like that, and you're going to get most of its content.
We've got an awesome place here in London. They go from the field to the shelf. They do everything. Like you can go out and visit their fields. It's grown right here in London, Kentucky. So they know a lot about it. Like I'm not talking about this gas station stuff. You know what I mean? They go,
Oh, I
uh,
know. Yeah, I was going to say London's a lot like Newport. And whenever they legalized hemp there, all the tobacco farms started working again
switched
because they're
over.
all hemp
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Right.
So
So
it was a thing to see the green rush happen like that. I mean,
this
the
place is
guy that
called
actually
Home.
wrote the
It's
bill that
called
had
Hometown Hemp,
what is
and
it?
they are so knowledgeable. They go to like Frankfurt and talk to like the people in politics and stuff like that, trying to get these bills passed and stuff. So they're really,
Oh,
really knowledgeable, and they'll sit down. When I first went in there, when I wasn't familiar with all this stuff, somebody sat down with me for probably 45 minutes and explained what CBD was, how it worked, what what it did. I mean, they're
Well, I mean, if
really,
people only knew what the cannabinoid system can do, if you were to treat it right, if people knew what the cannabinoid system could do for them, they would pay
yeah.
attention and do it. If they really knew, because you can really do a lot for your health by feeding your body nutrients and stuff that you're not getting normally. Because
Right.
you can guarantee all this processed stuff that we're fed out here, all this half synthetic food and everything else that we're eating,
Mm-hmm.
guarantee you we're not getting what we need. So yeah,
And
I fully believe that any natural way, if you can eat organic, do it. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I just sat here and ate 2 cookies
and
and
see,
not organic, but
I don't even I don't even get full digestion because of my colon cancer. See, I've got a colostomy, so my food doesn't even go through the whole process.
process.
So but I'll be honest with you, these grocery stores and stuff, it's a lot more expensive to try to eat healthy and organic than it is to buy junk food. And
Yeah, it's
I think that's the way they want it. I
Yeah,
swear I do.
yeah, it's done on purpose for sure.
you can buy 5 boxes of Pop Tarts for what a salad would cost to make home.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
bad.
Just
It
eat
is
And
sad.
peanuts.
that's like $20.
Jimbo.
Just eat
You
Hey,
know what I
peanuts.
nuts
mean?
are
Like what?
expensive too.
Oh yeah.
I got
But
me
like
a
I said,
jar of
if you
peanuts for
can, if
five
you can
bucks.
do it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a cashew person,
Cashews?
and it's good for your health.
And those are expensive. Pistachios are expensive.
I got cashews and peanuts.
And you know what? I'll pay it. I don't care. I'll pay it. That's
Yeah.
one of my things. Yep. Some people like ice cream, stuff like that. I'm a honey roasted cashew person.
So
Well,
whenever
that's good.
I'm trying to get the kratom, to try to see if it would help with my lupus, I got the green, the yellow, and the red. The green was all right. It what I could handle it.
The
It
green's
probably could
not
have.
really a painkiller kind, though. I mean, it's got
Which
some
ones?
characteristics to kill pain, but not like that in yellow do.
Yeah, it didn't.
The
It
red and
didn't
yellow is probably going to be your best
help
for
Oh,
me
that.
a whole lot. Like it didn't seem like it was worth the money to me. So I quit getting it and then I got the yellow. So with the yellow, what happened to me is I would get tingly all over my face and I constantly felt like I had like cotton on my lips or something and it drove me insane.
You had a light effect.
hmm.
I,
That's what usually happens to people when they use the light kratom or the euphoric is what we
Hmm.
call it.
oh, well, it said it was the yellow one. And then I said, "Oh, I can't deal with that. That drives me crazy." So I got the
Hmm.
red one, and the red one gave me full blown anxiety. My heart rate was up, my ears were red, my
Ooh.
cheeks were red. Yeah.
I was gonna say I've heard of that before, like how they have a reverse effect. Like you can take Virtual Red and it be like you just smoked 2 crack rocks, like you're gone,
Yeah.
Do it again. Do
But
it
you
again.
can take 8 grams and you're you're asleep tomorrow. So I mean, and it's in the same strain. A lot of it has a lot to do with your dosage, and you
Well,
can have a reverse effect. I've heard of that, but I've never talked to anybody that actually had that happen.
well, it's probably like
That's
anything else. Like some people, something may hype them up, and for some people, it may slow them down. Like you give my
Well,
daughter
let me ask
Benadryl.
you.
You give my daughter Benadryl, which
Okay,
usually knocks people out, and it hypes her up.
Hmm.
So,
well, I was gonna ask if Alicia is either um, has anxiety or ADD, because a lot of times I've found that kratom is also like If I were to take an Adderall, I'd be piped up. But a person that needs it normalizes them. You know what I mean? And a lot
Right.
of times the reverse will happen because of the thing. You get what I mean?
I have anxiety, yes. Like the doctors have me on Visceral, which I don't take it all the time. I only take it really when I need it. Because I was having panic attacks there for a while, just like came out of nowhere. Um,
Mhm.
have no idea what was causing them or anything. But
True anxiety. You're
yeah, I mean,
wiring.
I don't
That's AI.
usually ever feel like I'm anxious, but it just started happening. So they gave me Visceral. And like I said, I most days I don't even have to take it. But there are some days where I have no idea why, but I feel more anxious and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, I better take one because if I don't, I'll end up. I can tell when my hands start to get clammy,
Mm-hmm.
heart rate starts
Hmm.
to get up. I
It,
know.
I call that mania. I get the same thing. Like if I like have 4 days worth of bad sleep, a couple of traumatic things happen to me, I'll start feeling this. It's almost like a rise in my head, but it's
Mhm.
almost like the anxiety raising. But it's not a full blown panic attack. It's almost like on the verge of the panic attack.
Right.
But that's
My
what I call mania. When I'm
yeah,
feeling manic, that's what I'm feeling.
mine
E
usually happens
squared,
when I
there's a
go around.
dye-free Benadryl. That the dye is what causes the hyperactivity.
Hmm.
So
I
maybe you could
apologize
try that.
if I've missed anything in chat, by the way.
Claritin gives me
It's
insomnia.
a little different from this machine yours.
Yeah, it's odd how something can affect one person in one way and affect somebody else in a completely different way. It's just how our bodies are made different, I guess.
Yeah, because I have really bad summer allergies. I actually have a sinus infection right now, but um, the doctor first put me on Claritin D, and I could not sleep on that stuff for nothing. So
Yeah.
about 4 nights, into it, I called the doctor the next morning and I said I can't take this mess, and they put me on Zyrtec, and that doesn't do it to me. But something as simple as Claritin, an allergy med, I could
The
not sleep
D.
on it.
Yeah, it's that decongestant. Anything with the D after it is going to do you that way. If the Claritin D does, then they make a Zyrtec D, they
Uh-huh.
make a Alavert D. Anything with that D after it, you'll want to stay clear of then. Just to let you know, because if the Claritin D doesn't anything with that D after it's going to have that same um, ingredient in it. So, because it used to do me that way, make me really jittery and stuff, but I don't know. It doesn't do me that way anymore. Now the D is the only thing that'll help. But it used to do me that way.
Ever since I had those panic attacks, though, and that started happening, and then I got the C virus, I have not been able to drink caffeine or eat something that's high in sugar or any kind of like stimulant type thing, or it makes me feel panicky.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's so odd. I've never, anybody else that I've talked to, that's a symptom that I have not heard from anybody else, is the intolerance to caffeine. That's that's odd.
But my doctor said that it is a normal symptom for people afterwards, that it has been happening.
Hmm.
So I guess I'm not the only person, but I made a mistake.
Right.
A few nights ago, my daughter made homemade chocolate cake, and it looked so delicious. So I ate a small piece of it, and within about 30 minutes, I could barely breathe, and my chest was, my heart was pounding, and I was like, oh my
Wow.
goodness. And I had to take one of my viscerals, and it did mellow it out some, but not completely. It took a few hours to die off. And I thought about it. I'm like, oh, she used pure cocoa in that,
Yeah.
caffeine in that.
Yeah. Which, like I said, I mean, I'm not doubting you one bit, and that's not a question I go around asking everybody, But like I said, I just hadn't heard anybody mention, that they had experienced that. That's that's so odd to me.
It kind of makes me wonder if there's not something wrong with my heart that they're missing.
You never know. I mean, you don't, you just don't never know. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
sure
say,
hope not.
I remember the first panic attack I had was on the Interstate 40 in Knoxville, and I thought I was having a heart attack, and I pulled over in a construction zone and called 911.
Yeah.
I found out I wasn't having a heart attack. It was one of the worst things I ever experienced.
Yeah, my husband rushed me to the hospital the first time I had one because, and it's been about 2 years now, the first time that it happened. And I thought for sure I was having a heart attack and dying.
Yep.
Um,
It's
God,
like you can't breathe, an elephant standing on your chest. It's like, ah.
Hey, I wasn't standing on your
Yeah.
chest.
I was tearing up the carpet, pacing the floors. Like I had an adrenaline rush like you wouldn't believe. And I kept, which people say that when you have a panic attack to put cold water on your face, but I didn't even know that I was having a panic attack at the time, but I put cold water on my face anyways because my face was so hot.
Yep.
But nothing was helping. And we, get to the hospital and it started to kind of die off after that time of waiting and getting back there and all of that. And they did the test and told me that that's what it was. And they sent me home with 7 of the visceral pills and then sent me to my doctor and then he put me on it. But I
And
still,
you feel I had one for the first time a few years ago too. Thankfully not like only a couple I've had, but you feel like you can't get out of it. You can't, there's nothing you can do. It's the worst feeling in the world. You can't escape it. I mean, even thinking about it now, honestly, I want to like plug my ears because it kind of almost like not brings one on, but
Hmm.
it makes you remember, oh, that feeling is horrible. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
it is.
I think I've only had maybe
I
like
heard,
4 of those, but the first 2 were really scary. The second 2, I just convinced kept telling myself, "You're fine, you're fine, you're fine." And,
Yeah.
and
Because
within,
you knew you'd be fine. Because you kind of then you knew that you're gonna be okay.
yeah,
Just
you learn to coach yourself after a while. You learn what to do and what not to do. And a lot of times it's not going to matter because it's going to happen anyway. But like one thing that helped me out was not only my caffeine intake, but was my sodium intake.
mm,
I found a lot of times I would have episodes after having like 3 or 4 days of just sodium to the face. Didn't matter if it's salt, pop, whatever. You bring in that sodium, it does affect it a lot.
so with your
But it
guys'
does affect your blood pressure. And
so
your blood
yours came
pressure, if your blood pressure is high, you
did
know,
yours come from out of the blue? Because mine actually came from like an event. Like it was caused by
mine
something.
actually, I was going to say mine was triggered from I had an infected lymph node, but at the time they couldn't figure out what was going on. All they knew was I had this mass on my neck that was the size of a baseball. So of course, me being OCD, kept thinking I've got cancer, over and over and over.
Okay.
Next thing you know, I'm pulling myself over on Highway 40 or Interstate 40, calling the ambulance.
Okay.
It went on probably 4 months, me not knowing what was going on, and
Oh.
that's what triggered it. Yeah. So,
I have no
like, and
idea.
they did MRIs, biopsies, all kinds of stuff. Couldn't pinpoint it. And what it was cat's fever, where I had cats and I played with my cats all the time, and I would get scratched, and whatever was in their nails wouldn't filter through the lymph node, so it just built up.
So you legit had cat scratch fever.
Darn.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I was actually here now on my head when I said that. It's like, But yeah, that's what triggered my anxiety. Now,
I have no idea
I
what brought.
think
I was actually just watching a movie with my husband. We were both laying in bed together watching a movie, and it was probably like 11 o'clock at night. So I cannot tell you what caused it to come on, that first one that I ever had. The second one, we were driving in traffic, and traffic was pretty heavy and crazy. So I can kind of understand that. But I still don't never, I can't figure out what caused that first one. The doctor said maybe something in the movie triggered me that subconsciously. I don't know.
Wow. That I want to like
well, I
know more
mean,
about
I
that. Then
know that.
what is it usually? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I know that right after my attacker, I'm an SA survivor. My attacker died a few years ago, and when he did, like it set off like months of nothing but mania and panic attacks.
Huh.
But I can honestly say, ever since I got through that part, I've not had hardly any anxiety issues. I might have had 3 episodes since. And when I
Well,
say
I'm
episode,
sorry
I'm
you
talking
went
about
through
like
that.
1 or 2 days.
I'm sorry, Kempler.
What's that?
I'm sorry for that. What you went through.
Oh, hey, made me who I am, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like any of it, but I have been able to help people deal with their own that I've gone through, because I'd been through the stages and seen it and helped it, that kind of thing. So I mean, it wasn't a loss, and um, I know the same guy actually tried to attack my brother, and I can honestly, proudly say that I made sure that that did not happen.
Kemper,
I got,
did you feel like you had put it all behind you and that it didn't bother you at all, and that you had kind of moved on past it until that person died?
yep, and what really started to close it up for me is I just, for some reason, I got this need to send his Facebook profile a message. And I wrote out a long one. And was surprised because I found out his sister, which, when I said I kept my brother from being attacked, his sister is the one that told my parents, that I attacked him with a knife, which I did, with a butter knife. It's the only thing I could find. I didn't stab him, but I went after it. So,
Wow.
but the same sister was, whatever you call it, that took over his Facebook when he died.
Administrator or
So she read everything I said.
Executive.
Yeah.
Yeah, executor of the estate.
Well, no, it's I forget what it's called on Facebook.
Oh, legacy.
Basically, what is it called?
Legacy or something? Is it that it changed into
Yes, yes,
yeah.
that's called as a legacy. But she was that person, and she read everything, which dominoed to his entire family finding out.
Oh wow.
So it's almost
Wow.
in I got, like I said, I got to write that. I got the WTF response from sister, and then I got to watch everything happen because this guy's father was my dad's best friend. So whenever
Wow.
he died, his sister read what I said and took it to daddy. So after
Wow.
death, he's been disowned.
Well, yeah. I
So,
mean,
but now, I mean, honestly, none of it bothers me anymore. Like I said, that was like 3 years ago,
so
and I've
glad.
had a lot of
Good.
isolation time with this whole C19. You know,
Yeah.
sitting in the house, this, you know, I've been able to really look deep
Process your
and really look at
thoughts.
a lot of things. You know, so exactly, and not like have a lot of noise. And I ain't gonna lie, this YouTube stuff has brought a lot of noise to my life. But like
Yeah.
I've cut out a lot of that for the past few months. Like I still pay attention, but probably 5 months, 4 months, something like that. I've not really put my focus on it like I had. And Jimbo could tell you, my focus was on it. I guess I
Yeah.
was tired
Oh
of
yeah.
And
going to sleep.
it's
Didn't matter
different
what was
lurking
working.
and listening than it is being involved. It's much easier to lurk and listen than to be involved.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well,
Oh, I
you have
temper
people
that
in your
question.
ear constantly giving you their opinions and telling you their convictions. You sort of have a
Mhm.
chance to figure out your own.
Well,
And
it stays
that was a
confusing,
lot of the problem. Yep.
Definitely.
I
A
mean, a
hundred
lot of it
percent.
is just people riding on emotion. That's all it is riding on emotion. And a lot of it is emotions driven by lies.
Yeah.
Speaking of this YouTube stuff, that's what I'm speaking of. But yeah,
Hmm.
um, I'm in April. My grandmother passed away, and then I had two more close friends
Mm.
pass. So that's when I unplugged from YouTube and was like, all right, I'm over here. That's over there.
Yeah.
I can look, but I ain't getting in it.
Right.
And that's pretty much what I've done. So yeah, it did me a lot of good to get all of that noise out of my life so I can actually think and figure some things out that I needed to figure out.
And you feel so much better, don't you, Kempler? You feel, or
Okay.
Kemper, sorry. I was
Totally
at the L. I don't know
I
why.
was never going to correct you. I like it here.
I'm so
Kempler.
sorry. Oh my God. It's so Oh God. I know my eyes. I'm so sorry. God.
Awesome.
Shit.
Killer.
I was like, get it, Kempler. I don't care.
Heck yeah. That's great. But yeah, like I said, the noise when people get away from that noise, it does them good. And I've watched people get away from the noise recently.
I asked you that question because I wonder if sometimes, I feel like I don't you don't know probably, Kemper, but I've told everyone else that the first, 16 years of my life, my stepfather abused me almost daily. And my mom too, and my sister as well. He was just a regular idiot, and took it out on all of us. Um, when I got away from the
Uh,
situation, I ran away, a little after my 16th birthday. I went to my real dad and thinking he was going to save me from the situation and give me a new life and fix everything. And then he ended up molesting me. I
Oh,
had to run away
girl.
from him and
Oh wow.
I'm sure your
moved in with,
anxiety there. I would
I
put
ended
money
up,
on.
yeah, moving in with some friends then and met a boy. And then, of course, wound up pregnant at 17 years old. Um, but I rose above all of that and forgave, put a lot of it behind me. And then several years ago, I stood up to my stepdad and I unloaded on him. I told him how I felt about everything, and he had really changed his life around. And my mom and him divorced, and he apologized to me and he was crying, and I really think that he meant it. And I felt like a weight of the world taken off my shoulders. And I thought, okay, well, put it all behind me. But then a couple of years ago, I started being waken up in the middle of the night, remembering things that I had blacked out. I was having
Hmm.
types of weird episodes. I was dreaming about it a lot, and that's around that time is when the panic attack started.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, Alicia. That's gotta be. I mean, that. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know, doctor, if that sounds like, you know,
But I feel like I've really forgiven and put it behind me, and I don't think about it on a daily basis or
But see, that's the thing, Elisa. I thought that too until the guy died. I thought I was good. Like, okay, I didn't tell a soul, and it went on for 2 years. I didn't tell a soul until I was 19. It started when I was 10. It stopped when I was 12, when I was old enough to defend myself and big enough. Um, and I told my mom and dad at the age of 19, because my dad was a pastor. So everything to him didn't matter what was going on with me. It was my sin nature needed to get heart right with God. That was his approach with everything. He didn't want to hear anything else. So me and him butted
Wow.
heads. And when I needed to be able to talk, I could talk. I didn't have someone I could just go to and talk to. Because my dad was a very big disciplinarian. Very big. Like I said, he was a figure. He was military. So it was like a double whammy. But so my dad made it where I didn't really feel comfortable talking to him about anything. So at
Wow.
18, my dad started on me because I was 5 minutes late for his curfew. And the only person that knew at the time was my best friend growing up. It was my mom's best friend's daughter, actually. My mom, her and her mom were roommates in college at Bible college. So like we'd grown up in the nursery together. Well, she came to me when I was 17 or 18 and said, "Dude, something's going on with you. You've not told anybody, and then 2 days you keep you up. Your soul is going to be gone." Like just, and I respected her. I didn't even cuss her, nothing like that. But that day, I cussed her, you know. And eventually, I told her what happened, and they were visiting a year later, and my dad was telling me I had a simple nature and I need to get my heart right and I was going to hell and all this stuff. And she was
Oh,
telling
wow.
her because, like I said, it was my mom's best friend's daughter. Like they were visiting from Nashville. So, like, she walked into the room where I was at and they were like, "You need to go back to bed." And she was like, "No." She was like, "Matt, you need to tell them." And I was like, "Nope, don't deserve to know." "Well, what do you got to tell us?" She's like, "Matt, tell them." I was like, "No." And of course, my dad being who he is, "What you got to tell me? So more important when I say to you, right? You know, that kind of thing. And I told him. I was like, "Oh, okay. We're going to play that game right here." And ever since that day, I felt, after it exploded, I felt things actually were getting better and had gotten to the point where I didn't care to talk about it. Um, like, I could think about it and it not affect me for 6, 7, 8 days, whatever, you know. And like I said, whenever I got the message saying that he had died of a heart attack, dude, it was just like, wow. Like all the stuff I wanted to say, I couldn't say, all that
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah, I just, I just went a little crazy. I ain't saying
Yeah.
insane, just like I didn't know what to do. Like I wanted to take a trip down to Alabama,
Yeah.
just to make sure it was singing right.
I've told Jimbo before that like when all the drama stuff is going on here and people get to yelling, and they're calling names because their emotions are heated and you know what we see happen, it seems like at least once a week on YouTube streets.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
just can't because it brings me back to being in that house, You know,
Yeah.
it takes me back to that trauma of, you know, my dad screaming and yelling at everybody, and, you know, mom crying, and especially when it's one of the guys that are doing it,
Yeah.
you know.
I can
So
see that.
I just leave. I can't take it. You know, like I want to come on and support, you know, my friends and stuff like that, and but it's just too much for me. You know, I have to leave out while all that stuff is going on.
Yeah.
And there's been times I've told him that, you know, I feel like just leaving if it's going to be that way all the time, you know, and going back to how I did things before, you know, just watching videos while I'm working in the background, you know, stuff like that. Like I love
Mm.
watching true crime stuff, and that doesn't bother me. But when it goes kind of real life like, and I see people screaming and yelling back and forth at each other, I just can't.
Right.
Yep. And I mean,
Yeah,
that's the trigger for you.
she's my voice of reason many times.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, Alicia, yeah, that part's hard because I know what it's like to be involved online on that stuff, and I know that it never ends well. And I know I know from experience, it's just hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like I say all the things now that I wanted to say back then, but I couldn't, you know? Like how many times as a child that I wanted to stop things that were going on between my parents because they were
Yeah.
fighting over stuff that was just so stupid. And I might have been, you know, 9, 10, 11 years old. And even then I realized that it was petty and it was dumb, you know? And I would
Yeah.
want to stop it just to have some peace in my house or to protect my mom or something. And but I was too afraid to say anything because I knew what would happen. But now I feel like I can actually speak my mind, you know. So
Well,
yeah,
sometimes even at that age, the child has more common sense and awareness than the parents do. And, you know, even people's children on here, I've seen them be the voice of reason, and that's all I'll say about that. But, you know, people don't give children enough recognition is not the word I want to use, but they don't give children enough credit to where, you know, children see what's going on, and children know and understand more than people give them credit for, you know.
and it's just also outside looking too. When, you know, you're not the one that's pulled in on the drama between this person and that person or something like that. So
Mhm.
outside looking in, and you see things that they're not seeing because their emotions are so high at the time,
Mhm.
you know, and you know, you're just like, come on guys, this is an easy fix, you know, and you want to, but you really can't say anything. The people
Right.
are going to listen at that time because they're so heated or whatever, you know.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of people on here that just act like children all the time.
Exactly.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Do you
And
know,
I mean, a lot of us
Jimbo?
were raised way better than that.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah.
no, I was gonna ask Jimbo. Do you know when you wanna like go private or something? Not like with everybody, whatever. And do you know when that will be at like around?
Tonight?
Yeah. Did you still want to? Because I really wanted to talk to you guys if
Yeah,
possible.
yeah, we can. I think
Whenever we're close to.
probably a good idea to close it out, and we can hang out in StreamYard if you guys want to.
If
Everybody's probably
Let the
getting
chat
tired of listening
let
to us ramble anyway.
let the
no, I
chat
don't
get
want
to
to
bed if
stop
they
it.
want to.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
uh, Lisa, you want to say a prayer for us, and we'll let everybody out of the chat.
Yeah, sure. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Father God, thank you for this day. Lord, I pray that you forgive us for our sins. Father, I pray that you'll be with everyone here on panel and everyone that's in the chat that was listening tonight. if anyone was triggered or any memories were brought up or anything like that, Father God, I pray that you'll bring them comfort, understanding, and peace in their hearts, Lord. I pray everyone has a blessed night and a wonderful day on your day tomorrow. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the evening. You guys have a good night. I'm probably going to take Sunday off. Hunter's getting baptized tomorrow, and we're just going to make a family day out of it. If I do go live, I'll give you a few hours notice. But likely, I'll take tomorrow off and let the other creators have Sunday. But you guys have a good night. This is Jimbo coming to you live from the stand.